I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad,
Yeah.
baby, I'm bad.
I just wanna stay bad, stay mad. Chip on my shoulder cause they treat me like an outcast. I ain't gonna take that, stay back. I'll be swinging hard till the hits come in all caps. I ain't gonna lay back, pray that someone's gonna help me. Ain't nobody like that. I ain't gonna wait, that's all fact. Give me one shot and I'll never get the throne back. I'm sick of being cautious. I'ma go cause something, can't stop this. I'ma steal everybody's lane, call it shoplift. Sick of hearing everyone complain when they thoughtless. Taste the pain, it's like candy canes. It makes me go change into a better frame, into a better name. Society's insane, we all live for fame. Yeah. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad. I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad. I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad. I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life.
You're chasing the truth with my man, Shawn G.
Hey, folks, what's going on? Howdy. It is Wednesday, March 15th, and from my back door, it's 41 degrees outside. And let me bring in my guest for tonight. Oh, hold on a second. Let me make these. All right, here they are. Jamie and Dennis, or Dennis and Jamie, however you want to look at it. Hey, how you guys doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing
Yeah, Dennis
all right.
needed to sit down on the cooler.
Oh, he's sitting on the cooler and gave you
Yeah,
a
he
chair.
thinks,
Okay.
he says he's taller than me, but I keep telling him he's not, so he's trying to be. I'm letting him believe that today.
Oh. So if you guys don't mind, let me go ahead and start the show off with a prayer, and then I'll introduce you guys straight up. Father God, I come before you, and I humbly ask our Lord Jesus Christ that if it be in accordance with your holy will, that all curses, evil, demonic involvement, and or attacks being sent against me, my show guests, those that are about to participate and listen and participate in this show, be blocked and sent back from whence it came. Father God, please bless the following folks: Stacy and Father, Corbin and family, Becky and family, Keith and Jimmy, Jean and family, Joanne, Merlin's niece, Shell and Aiden, Laura and her family, Julie and Jeff, Justin Walker, Sharon Guy, Brenda, Julie S., Aaron and Erica, AJK, Claire Ellis, Doll, Stimulate, Jack and his children, Juanita Hicks, Jim, Kim, Beth and Kurt and their father, Wes and his dad, T. Willis and Aaron, Daryl Pratt, Jose Ramirez, Julie Wheeler, Marquetta Jones and her family, Holly, Sharon Arms, Kevin, Hugo Nagy, Hannah B., John Boy, Dennis and Jamie, and Danielle and family. And anyone else that has unspoken prayers, Father God, please bless those that are in need the only way that your will sees fit. In Jesus Christ's name I pray. Amen. Dennis and Jamie is in the Chasing the Truth chair.
And cooler.
Yeah, and cooler, excuse me. Is it an igloo cooler or what kind of cooler is it there, Dennis?
I think it's an igloo.
It's an igloo.
And it's got wheels, so you can pull it like luggage, so it does great for him.
Ah, holy cow. Fantastic. So you may, if you've been following my show, Dennis and Jamie have been on my show, what, 2 times, 3 times, something like that? You know, called in and or been guest on. Something like that.
We talked to you a few times.
Yeah, we talked. Yeah, I've had you on here a couple of times. I've heard your voice, but we hadn't seen your faces. So, but I hadn't talked to him in a few months, and then all of a sudden I get a ring-a-ding from a Ohio number, and I was like, "What in the heck's going on here?" So I answered the phone, and it's Dennis on the other line yesterday, telling me, "Hey, I got to tell you what's going on up here in Ohio." And I was like, "All right, well, tell me." So. Next thing is, hey, you want to do this, tell your story live on my show tomorrow night? And here you are. So what's going on with you two? I know that you big guys been working quite a bit.
Yeah, we got back to work. We was doing our we went to a remodel job we thought it was going to be, and I wound up being head of maintenance, and she wound up being property manager for an apartment complex in Columbus.
Oh, man. There you go.
Yeah, it worked out good.
It worked out well, but unfortunately, it was one of those owners from out of town, and they just wanted to hurry, get your money, fix it quick. And Dennis does better work than that, so Dennis couldn't see putting a Band-Aid on something that needed surgery, so it didn't turn out to be such a good fit.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, you know, when something needs surgery and they just want to throw a Band-Aid on it. I was like, nah, I don't do work that way, brother.
And contractors that do give the rest of us a bad name.
Yep.
Well, you know, it's hard to find good work, good people behind it that will, you know, stand behind the work and do the job that needs to be done.
Exactly.
So, yeah. There you go. The big thing here is what in the world, what kind of fit were you throwing on me yesterday about this thing you saw yesterday morning?
So, we were coming home yesterday. We live out, it's in the country, and it's cornfields and stuff, almost near Chillicothe. And so anyways, we ride this road all the time. It's the back roads. And I happened to catch a glimpse out the side of my eyes, a lot of movement and something big. Well, this thing, it was something big. I would say, about 10, 12 feet from the distance it was. It was probably 100 feet, 100 yards or so off of the road behind this business, because there's a excavation business there. It was running in the trees like it was swimming. It was just knocking trees over left and right, knocking them over, running. It's, my wife, she thinks she's Jeff Gordon, so she was doing about 65, and it was almost keeping up with us. And
oh wow, even going through the trees, huh?
Running through the trees.
Running.
And it was,
you said you said it was swimming through the trees or something.
Yeah, it looked like it was doing this.
The breaststroke.
it was just moving, wow, 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 wow. And these trees, how big you think these trees are, honey? We seen them again today.
I'm still saying a good 100 foot.
And maybe they are.
Good 100 foot. And those are probably 10, 12, 15-year-old trees to be that tall.
And so they're probably, I don't know, maybe 12 inches around. We was going to go there today and investigate it, but
Nope.
unfortunately we didn't.
We're not.
We didn't get off of work.
Every person that sees something that goes investigates, they find they're on an episode of Unsolved Mysteries. Just not going to do it.
You don't want to wind up being a red shirt on the Star Trek episode.
Right?
Nah.
All right.
But,
I got you.
Yeah. So what it looked like to me, and like I told you yesterday, Shawn, I think it was a canine face. It wasn't, but I couldn't, you know, it was so far away, you couldn't really see a face. No, there was no eyes, no teeth, nothing like that I could see. Plus it was kicking rocks. And she wasn't really doing 65.
No, I was doing 45. Speed limit.
No, you were, yeah. No, you was doing about.
No, because this road, it comes down, the school's at the top of the hill, the school road's at the top of the hill, and then you go down, and it's like an S curve. So as you're going down, it's S curving around. So it's, if you don't slow down, my kids used to say in the wintertime that the bus driver never slid down. They were always afraid they'd slide off on a patch of ice.
But yeah, so we go around that S curve that she's speaking of, and it was kind of following us the same direction. And running a lot right along with us. And so we come down around the curve, like the S curve. We come down around that, and there it was, cows. And the little cows, there was like 8 calves out there in that thing. And I was like, yep, he got him something right there. He's got him a dinner. Now we kept on going. And I didn't see any more tree branch breaking and all that because, like I say, it come to a field. But this thing, it wasn't a human. It was way bigger than any human, and it wasn't a piece of equipment. And there's no back roads in those woods. So it was somebody. It was something.
Something.
And it was,
well, how tall was it? Give some dimensions. How wide was it? How tall was it? Weight.
I'm gonna say that dude was. I guarantee he was 10 foot tall, and I couldn't really see the broadness, but he was thick. Like, I don't know.
Was he bigger than the trees he was pushing around?
Yes, he was thick. He was like a thick man. If you seen a bodybuilder man that's 10 foot tall,
I don't think they exist, but
well, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. A lot of things exist.
Maybe they come from Sweden. and I don't want to say that they're female looking like, yeah, I'm not going there.
Now,
Too many things that I think is one way is always another way.
He was running, and he was running like he was running forward, and like I say, he kept putting his hands out like it was swimming. Remember I told you that's what I said yesterday. It looked like he was, but he was booking it. He was booking it.
Oh man! So was it a male, female, or just straight up?
Couldn't tell because he was running along with us. So I couldn't.
Okay.
I didn't see any.
And by the time that we made the curve, we were going down in front of the cows, and you could see the trees in the forest splitting back further back. So
yeah,
I don't know how far back it went.
Yeah, so
but it was coming our way.
The trees were doing this, and it was like it was like I told you, like it was swimming. Like if you're in a lake full of swamp grass, cattail, you swim through there, you knock them over. That's exactly what it was doing, but it was on land.
So, how did you hear anything like trees cracking or anything like that? Why?
No, we had the windows up. It's cold up here in Ohio right now.
Oh yeah.
We just had snow. Remember?
Yeah, they're calling for another cold snap tonight, and through next week we're supposed to get some more snow.
Oh, yeah, that's what they're threatening us, that tomorrow it's supposed to be great, 56 degrees, and then the temperature drops from 56 to 25 by 5 p.m. because it's supposed to
Oh,
rain all day on
wow.
Friday.
They're going
So
to
tomorrow's
threaten you
supposed to
with
be
a
the
good
best day.
time and then
Friday
take it
we're
away.
screwed. Oh, yeah, Friday, no outside work for us.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's supposed to be 19 degrees here where I'm in Virginia on the Kentucky border. So I'd say you guys are going to dip way below that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But so what
It's
did you
not far
see? Jamie, what did you see from your vantage point? You told me you didn't actually see the creature, but you saw.
I didn't see the creature at all. We were driving, and so he yells. He likes to yell when I drive, but he yells, "Did you see that?" So of course, slam
I
on
said,
brakes.
no, I said, look at that.
Thank God that
What
there
is
was no
that?
car behind us, because I would have hit it. It would have hit me. But no, all I could see was the trees parting. I said, "Oh my God, what is that?" And he said, "Watch." And you could see where it would dart off. It darted off into the trees, and I could see the tree split, but I couldn't see it.
It was zigzag.
I'm going,
It was zigzag.
yep.
Kind of.
And it was
But
like the one time we didn't have a camera
like
on.
It was swimming. We have a dash cam up. Well, no, it wasn't aimed that way.
No,
I don't know why I didn't think of turning the dash cam over there.
Because it wasn't police.
It wasn't the police. Oh man! So it was black. Did you say the fur was black?
Yeah, it was black. It was black. Like I say, it wasn't too far away that I could see hair. It had plenty of hair, but it wasn't a naked thing, you know. I could see that. We could see that much. And when she did see that. You caught the glimpse of the one time when it come around.
Yeah.
Like I say,
I thought it was black, but
it was jet black.
I thought it had longer hair.
Yeah, it was long. It wasn't short hairs. It was.
I'm thinking a good 6 inches.
Yeah,
because it was kind of blowing.
Yeah, I would say it had hairs probably that long. Yep.
So, well, let's play devil's advocate. Could have been anything other than a Bigfoot / Dogman, like a bear or something like that.
No, not
bears
like
are
that.
bears.
No,
are,
it was running. Like
bears are like a stampede, real thick, animalistic. Bigfoot and Dogman run like a man, just bigger.
So this this is on 2 feet running.
Yes.
Oh yeah, 2 feet running.
2 feet.
These balls are swimming, and the legs were booking it.
Oh,
to the point that he came and went to all the kids and my mom and told her and all of them about it. That he just couldn't believe what he'd seen.
I did. It shook me, and like I said, as soon as I seen it, and then I seen those cows and the calves, I said, "Oh, he's got him. He's got him a meal now." And first thing I thought about, I was like, "I got to tell Shawn about this."
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, we weren't home an hour before I called you. Like she just said, I told my mother-in-law and the kids up the hill this exactly what I just seen, and she said she didn't see it, but I don't know how she didn't see it when it come around them, because it did a zigzag kind of, and
the driver don't get to see into the forest.
Well, you're paying attention to the stripes on the road. Yeah,
we're driving down the road. We're talking about the job and all this, and I catched it out of the corner of my eye because I used to box, so I got good peripheral vision. And I seen it, and I looked over, and I was like, "What the heck is that?" You know. Well, I said more than that, but I was like, "Do you see that?" And she freaked out. But yeah, she did. She said, "I see the trees." I said, "You don't see that big black thing right there?" And I guarantee you, 10, 12 foot tall. It was up there. It was way up there. And I do construction, so I'm pretty good at the measurements. And as far as it was away, and yeah, it was a big dude, and he was kicking rocks. He was running right along with us.
So how far did it run with you? Did you judge distance with that?
Let's see. When we come over that hill by the school, I caught sight of him behind. I noticed him
right behind the excavating.
Darby Excavating is where I caught sight. when it all started. And he went behind that, and like I say, that's behind that business.
500,000 yards, something like that. How long it was running with us? Yeah.
Oh, running with us. Oh yeah.
Yeah, running with us. Yeah, that's
So he ran. Yeah, he ran with us a good. I don't know.
About how far it is to the cows?
Yeah.
So you caught it out in the open. You saw it first out in the open in the cow pasture, right?
No. I caught him in the woods.
It was right at the
I don't
edge
know
of the
where he
woods.
came from. I don't know where he came from. All of a sudden, I
Okay.
see the trees rustling like that. Like I say, they were whom whom, and I caught that, and then I seen it, and I was like, "What the hell is that?" And that's when I freaked out and said, "Do you not see that?" So it was. I don't know where it came from. Like I say, I caught it out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, "The hell is that?" And it was staying with us pretty much, but it was kind of, I'd say at the passenger door behind me, because I was riding shotgun. My wife was driving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you mentioned that she was a NASCAR and
Yeah.
NASCAR
She thinks she's Jeff Gordon.
And he thinks he's the anal driving instructor of all time.
Oh,
Very hard to deal with. It's like,
gotcha.
you know what? Stop. I got this. I see the stop sign. Calm down. I've been driving him for 12 years. You'd think he'd already got used to it.
Yeah.
All right. So you saw it first plowing through the trees, swimming through the trees, just booking.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was doing. It was
keeping up with you, doing 45 miles an hour, give or take.
It was keeping pace. It stayed at the same pace with us.
Was it chasing anything besides what you?
That's what I don't know. I didn't notice that it was chasing anything. Because I mean, I don't know.
But anything smaller than that wouldn't have moved the trees the way it did, so we couldn't have seen that.
So it was after something, and like I say, it was just before whatever time it was. It was an hour. I don't remember what time I called you last night. But,
like 7.
Yeah, it was just
7ish, give or take.
Yep.
Yeah,
it was just getting.
5:30.
Yeah, it was just getting dark. I'm glad the time changed. Now we can enjoy the days more, but it was just, the sun was just going down, so the sun was still up, and you could see clearly. And like I say, there's a cow pasture at the bottom of that S curve, and that's the direction it was headed, which is headed toward our house. Mm-hmm. And because we just live 2 minutes from where the cows are.
Yeah, they're right outside town.
Yeah. It's right outside of it. We're in a little tiny town, and then you got to crank it down to 25 when you come off them S curves, and boom, there's the field, and that's where the cows are, and there was about 8 calves out there. So I don't know if I mean, maybe that's what he was after. He was going to get him a snack, because I don't know where they put them cows at.
They don't. Those ones stay in the field all winter long and everything. They never leave the field.
Yeah. But I hadn't seen them calves. There's about 8 of them out there.
Well, it's springtime. They were just born.
Yeah. So.
Well, that'd be prime sirloin for them.
That's what I told her. I said, "Buddy's going to eat good tonight."
That's veal.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not veal.
No.
We're on the ground. But.
No baby cows.
No baby cows. So any news or stories of Bigfoot or Dogman around those parts?
Yeah, all the time.
Oh yeah, I'm watching that thing online all the time. The 25 things that shouldn't exist but they do, or 25 reasons we live in a simulation, because we live in a simulation. And so I'll be watching it, and you'll get the story from Old Ohio Power of the Ohio Grassman. You get the story right out. It's not far, Chillicothe, no less, where something terrorized this man and killed his dog and threw it at his house. And he thought he was being stalked to the point that he sold his house and got out because of it.
Mm-hmm. But the around here, I mean, if you look it up, Chillicothe, they have like a bunch of Dogman sightings, and we're not very far from there. We're like
20 minutes.
20 minutes, if that. And as fast as that dude was running, that dude could be here in 15, 20 minutes. I made a joke there, but
from where he was, if he'd have continued on his trajectory, he would have ran directly into our house.
yeah.
About 5 minutes later, he would have ran directly into our wall.
And remember, I told you about that tree back there that I was that apple tree
that had been snapped off.
Yeah, that was about. He snapped that tree off about this high up, and it was over here, like through. Now I don't know who did that. I didn't see nobody. I heard it, and I know I chopped it up and put it in our fireplace. But yeah, the wind didn't break that because
the wind didn't break that.
No.
Well, it couldn't have. You got to realize,
anything.
If the wind would have broke it, it would have done something. The tree was alive, and it split it this far up from the ground. Yeah. This is where it broke at up here, not down here, not the branch. The whole dang tree just took off and flew across the yard.
So did you notice anything since you spotted this thing yesterday evening? Did you notice anything different around your property today or last night?
Not well. I don't know.
The gunshots from everyone around us, they seem to be multiplying.
Yeah, we heard a bunch of gunshots, but I don't think there was.
Is that normal? Is that normal for your area? Well, gunshots around here ain't don't bother me.
It's not normal. It's not normal during the week here. No, and actually, it's not normal right now because there's a gun club behind us on the river.
Behind us is the Black Powder Gun Club where they shoot off the cannons and the old flintlocks and things like that. So their shots sound a whole lot different than a 30-06 or 12 gauge.
Yeah, and they only do it on the weekends, and they haven't even started up season on doing that yet. So, yeah, but there was a lot of gunshots.
Season's over, so I don't know.
Could it be like a bunch of pests or anything, like pest animals coming around and they just
no, not that we've ever heard of. Although just a random
coyotes,
just a random story.
That was no coyote.
Just a random
there was
story.
No 10-foot tall, 12-foot.
The day before yesterday, on the neighborhood newspaper, the Scioto Post, there was a story about a man was bitten by a zebra and put in the hospital. It almost bit his arm off.
Yeah.
That's the guy that owns the property next door to our house. He has 5 zebras, 1 male, 4 female. And he went out there to feed them or something, and it attacked him and almost took his arm off.
Wow.
Yeah, you can look that up.
They don't know why. They're not skittish.
That was on the news.
They're not skittish. They're not mean. He doesn't know what spooked. They don't know what spooked it. It just got really, really spooked and went after him. And zebras aren't carnivores.
Well, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, zebras are not carnivores. They eat vegetables. They're horses with stripes.
Yeah, you can look that up. That's
on the Scioto Post.
Yeah, that's on a.
Oh, let me see if I can find that. But
they was on the Columbus News. They'll show you.
Yeah, you can look up the Scioto Post and see all the dogmen and all the stuff that happens around here.
Yeah, some fella had his horses get mauled.
Yeah, and they don't know what mauled it.
Yep.
They want to say it's a mountain lion, but we don't have mountains.
No, it was a bipedal. It says it. Bipedal.
All right. Well, let's see. Circleville, Ohio, 39.8 degrees Fahrenheit currently.
That's us.
Yep, we're in the country right outside of Circleville, Ohio. Yes, sir.
Well, I don't see your pictures on the most wanted, so there you go.
He's hiding in the tiny house.
They don't want me.
They don't want you?
No. They keep getting a hold of him, but they keep giving him back.
They keep coming. All right, I got
you. Yeah, they just keep giving him back.
Well, let's see if we can find something here.
You have to hear my random thing for today, though.
Hold on, he might have
what's
found
your I don't know. I haven't. I'm going to share the screen here and put you guys in with this. And let me take the chat out of the bubble here. Well, hold on a second. Let's do this. There we go. Is that what you were talking about, Scioto Post?
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see if we can find what you was talking about. Jobs, advertise, videos, listen.
Maybe there's a
Where would
search.
I-
Yeah. There, look at the search and just put in zebra and see what we get.
All right.
Yeah. His name is Ronnie
Zebra.
Clifton.
Yeah. Oh, there. Yeah.
Right there. Update. Parkway County Law Enforcement. Say zebra. Is that it?
Yeah. Just put zebra. Yeah.
Update.
Yep, there it is.
Pickaway.
Pickaway County Law.
No, they put this
They
zebra
saved
down.
the zebra owner from attack.
Save from attack. So yeah, definitely. There you go.
Put him down. They
Yep, there's a
killed him.
zebra. I didn't
Wow,
know they killed him.
you got those that armored stuff out there, buddy. Wow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they killed that zebra.
And then something about Chillicothe SWAT raids home in southeast
East
side.
side. Yep. Yeah, they like to. They do that frequently. They're trying to bust down on the drugs because they had 3 serial killers last year. So now they're on their toes about everything.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good. It says, according to the Pickaway County Sheriff on 3/12/23 at 5:35 p.m., they were called to an area of 6993 Darby Road in Circleville. Report of a zebra attack, which you kind of wonder, just looking at that, going, wait a minute, zebra attack in Ohio? Zebra owner reported that a male zebra on his farm got aggressive with him while in the pasture 6 female zebras. Zebra that had bit him, and he was bleeding excessively. So apparently he survived that, looks like.
Yeah.
So they put down the zebra, euthanized or whatever you want to call it.
Large zebra that been charged.
It says the deputy then used his air horn on his vehicle to scare the zebra back, and he was able to exit the vehicle. When he found the man bleeding on the ground, used a tourniquet on his arm to slow down the bleeding, and then helped move the man to where the medics could render aid to him. In a report, several deputies were called to the scene and reported that they moved the man. First responders to zebra continued to be aggressive and moved towards the deputies. They used a stick several times to keep the zebra at bay, but while they were moving, the man's zebra moved too close, and the deputy on the scene had to, pow the zebra due to aggressive nature. So I don't know do zebras tend to get aggressive?
I've never heard of an aggressive zebra. I don't know if because they're not carnivores. So what do they get aggressive on? Grass?
I don't know.
Now, they may get aggressive with other male zebras during mating season, but never, unless he mistook him for a male zebra and it's mating season. I don't know.
Well, it's kind of weird because we know the guy, and and he goes to Africa and does a bunch of hunts. He just came back from
He just came back. Africa would not let him bring the lion he shot back with him, so he said he's never going again.
We're talking
So
about
it kind of makes me want if it's.
we're talking about a money man.
It kind of makes me wonder an irony. He goes to Africa to shoot the big game, and a big game got him.
Yeah,
it's kind of ironic.
I don't know how he wound up with a zebra.
He's got him. I don't know. You're allowed to have them in Ohio.
I guess so. Hey.
I guess if you got the right license and know the right people and spread a couple of dollars their way.
Yep, that's what it was. Spread a couple dollars.
Yeah.
You never know. You never know about that. So yesterday,
and that's not far. So where I seen that I'm gonna go ahead and say it's Dogman because I don't know anything else it could have been, but that would have been the back of his property.
Yep. Where we seen that? That's the backside of his property.
Granted, there's a lot of acres in between, but it would have been. Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
It was still his property.
It ain't like in his backyard, but
it was still his property.
Yeah, it could have been. Yeah.
Wow. So he had 6 or 7 zebras. Was that it?
Yep, 6 female and 1 male.
Yeah, he just read that. But, hey, somebody just said that zebras can be very aggressive.
Yeah, Miss Boone is definitely. She is in the know about. She's a zoologist. I guess she's a zoologist.
Oh.
She's an animal trainer, and definitely she's got a porcupine in her house. Actually, a pet porcupine, believe it or not. But
that might be cool. A friend of mine had a pet raccoon, and it was amazing. She always posted videos of him on Facebook.
Oh, wildlife biologist. I'm sorry. I apologize. I misspoke. Wildlife biologist. I misspoke. There you go.
That might be more fun.
Yeah, true. I have no clue. I used to date a zookeeper back in the day, probably about 15 years ago, 17 years ago, something like that.
I'm not going to make that joke, but was it a cool job? Did she come home and tell you cool stories?
Yeah, but she tried to get the llamas to spit on me a couple times.
Oh no!
So, outside of that, yeah, it sounded like it was a cool job. She got struck by lightning once while on the job.
Wow, that's not in Florida, is it?
Yep, it was in Panama City, Florida, actually.
There you go.
Oh, well,
They say lightning capital of the world.
tell me about your.
I have to tell you what happened today.
What happened today?
So we were driving home, same stretch of road, if you believe it, and it's field, house, field, silos, house, field. Well, we're driving down, and I looked at the field. I look over there every single day because they used to have little kids and a dog that played outside right by the baby goats.
Yeah.
And here we come across there, and I swore to God there was an airplane in this person's yard. It drove me insane. I looked over, I seen it, and I did a double take. I did a triple take, and as we were going past it, I looked again. And I swore it was there. And as I looked in my rear view, it wasn't. And it's like, okay, either I'm losing it or there's something going on here. And I couldn't be losing it because I was still driving. See it every day. Same piece of land every day. I have no idea what it was. And it was an old-timey airplane. It wasn't a new airplane. It was, one of the biplanes, like a crop duster kind of thing.
Oh, something like you would see from back in the day, like World War II kind of deal.
Right.
Yeah.
It was an old-timey airplane. So I looked at it. I'm like, well, maybe they're crop dusting, but there's no crops. I looked in the rear view and it wasn't there. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. What the hell am I looking at? I went to look over to tell Dennis, and it's like, nah, he's going to tell me I'm losing my mind. But nope, it's okay.
Yeah, I probably would have. It's hard to make me to believe something. I call BS
On everything. Except for Shawn, man. He watches
Some of that
Shawn
thing I seen
faithfully.
yesterday, man. Because her oldest son, Michael, they swear, oh, her mom's got some stories about the
My mom, when she was a kid.
the power.
Yeah. Out there at Ohio Power, man, we got to go camping there one day. I have got to try this place out. I'm just scared of it. Because, well, if you look up the Ohio Grassman, that's where he's seen down there is on government land.
Yeah. But anyway, it's tell him.
Which one? What?
About the power plant. I mean.
Oh, no. I'm still stuck on. Oh, yeah. Well, if you go to, it's now AEP Power, but it used to be Ohio Power. You could go, and it was, it's government land. You can camp there for free. Well, I think you pay $1 for a license for a year. You can camp there for free. The only rule is you have to move your dwelling every 6 months. People don't. They've lived there for years. But when you go there, there's no power. If you want firewood, you take a chainsaw because they take these trees, run them through the mill, and they're solid slabs, 20 foot long, 6 inches thick of wood. They just drop them out there for firewood. But you'll hear everybody out there you'll hear them talking about how there's stuff going on down there, that they think there's, the military's been doing some secret things down there. There's some animals that supposedly have been found that the people that found them do not exist anymore. There's a lot of really crazy things coming out of there, but you're supposed to be allowed to go down there and camp. And I'm sitting there going, well, I don't know if I want to do that because I have to go sleep in a tent and it ain't going to save me.
Wow.
Right of it. Dennis is building us a pop-up camper, but it's not going to be a pop-up. It's going to be a stay-up, pure metal. We can go to Dogman Country and go camping.
Yeah, we bought a pop-up camper, but it needs some interior work. But after, I don't know. I don't think I want to be out there in a canvas. At least give them something they got to. At least make it like opening a can of sardines. At least they got to go through something.
Well, no. The stories I have heard about these Bigfoot and Dogman, if you're in a house that, a wall isn't nothing to them. This is sort of like a curtain. Rip it right through the curtain and like, hey.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, Valo Nightmares said that he told a couple of stories where a dog man just reached through a wall and pulled somebody off the commode like it was nothing. Okay. You done ticked me off. I'm going to bring you out here with me.
Yeah. I heard that. I showed my wife the story about the LBL. What was that, back in 82 or something, 83?
Well, that
When
happens
that
all the time.
family got killed there?
When that first family that they know about was killed there?
Yeah. I ain't no part of that, but.
Well, heck, I was telling you yesterday, you got Ohio grassmen all over the place.
Mhm.
Stories all over Ohio.
Yeah, that's what-
and Kentucky's filled with Bigfoot.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
She went off point. She was trying.
Well, no, I was going to tell you. I was trying to tell you. Well, my mom, she was a kid. They went camping, and they used to go to Salt Fork. And Salt Fork's here in Ohio too, I guess. And they'd go. Well, they went their whole summer of her whole life. They went. And one summer, it was like 3 days after school got out. They're up there. She's up there with Grandma and Grandpa. And she found this cool little, what she thought was a playhouse. She thought the kids that were there the week before built it, and she got to play with it. It was live trees, completely bent over, touching the ground, both sides, crisscrossing to make like a hut. And she thought it was the coolest little playhouse. She come telling Grandpa about it, and Grandpa told her to stay out of it because it was probably for a wild animal. And she told him no, it was just, so she played in it all week. Now everything she's heard since then, she goes, oh my God, they could have killed me. I said, yeah, apparently you were meant to be here, because something could have just come home when she's in there playing like a playhouse and just killed her.
Wow. Somebody just texted me, want to know where I got my t-shirt. Hillbillies Apparel is where I got my t-shirt. I've had this.
like
Yeah, hillbilliesapparel.com. They're actually a family-owned, family-run, little out of Western Kentucky. So the big thing about that is, it's local. Actually, the owner's name is Shawn, just like me. I bought this shirt along with, I think there was a fishing shirt, and I bought one for my late brother to put in his coffin with him. So, I've been wearing it since. I love it to death. Hillbilliesapparel.com if you want to go down there.
That's cool. And since you plugged them, you get proceeds from their website if somebody buys something, right?
No, I don't get any proceeds from the apparel thing. The only thing I'm promoting right now is a friend of mine by the name of Shell. She is about to lose her house to a tax bill. So let's see, let me go ahead and post that. I forgot to post that right at the front of the show. Give me just a second. No, I'll post that and pin it, and it's in the description of the show anyway. Let me get just a second. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Post that, and right here. Let me pin this to the top of the show there. If you would, if I'm not asking you to do anything major, if it's going to wind up and put you in a strain, I wouldn't donate to anybody. Take care of your own. But if you have a little bit to give, go to that GoFundMe there and contribute. I spent 2 hours night before last. That's actually how it caught your attention. Trying to raise a little bit of capital for Shell. So if you would, folks, go right ahead and do that. It'd be great. And a buddy of mine by the name of Chris Miller, just to finish up the little advert here, Chris Miller is going to donate an original Sasquatch piece of artwork by his own hand to anyone that donates $100 or more to this GoFundMe. So, and it's amazing. But there you go. Now back to this show. But I want to answer a question somebody asked me. Hannah B there. If you'd like to, let me grab. I don't know these folks at Hillbilly Apparel. All I did was like, hey, they're local, and I wanted to do something local. And they had a T-shirt that my brother absolutely would have loved. Actually, I showed it to him before he passed away, and he's like, "Yeah, man, I like that." So, and
that's awesome.
Local, they're over in Whitesburg, Kentucky, or pretty close to Whitesburg, Kentucky.
Oh, well, how cool!
Yeah, they the owner of this business actually does some Bigfooting. I don't think he's done it so much since he's had a little girl and a little boy. I probably would just hold off on that until the kids get a little older, but you never know.
Well, yeah, but I was always afraid. You hear the stories all the time of like somebody will say that they were in the woods and they seen it, so they left. You know, you hear the stories where they took off because they were scared, and it's like that it followed them home or it scented them somewhere. I would always be afraid right now if my kids were, if I had just had kids, to go out there and have the risk of bringing it home to where my children are.
Oh, okay. Well, true. True. So, how long did this event that happened yesterday, how long was that event where you saw this Dogman / Bigfoot or whatever it was swimming through the trees?
Oh, it was minutes. It was
A couple minutes at least.
Yeah. No more than 5, but it was, yeah.
Did you have to stop or slow down or anything like that? I know you said you stomped on the brakes when Dennis was hollering, "Hey, look at that!"
Yeah.
Well, no, it like I say, the speed limit on that road is like 55, but you're gonna have to slow down around that downward S curve, and it's a perfect S. It's out by it. Actually, if you go past that cow pasture and turn and go up the hill, then it's you can take that straight to Deer Creek Park.
Okay.
So yeah, there's a lot of, so no, there's no stop sign, nothing like that until we turn into
Our driveway.
As soon as you come down the hill past that cow pasture, there's a cemetery on the way we was coming. It would be on the left, and right there at that cemetery, this little town. There's like what, 30 houses here.
Yep, 60 people, give or take.
60.
And,
yep,
yeah,
it's one street
with
a little. It's got a little town store, so everybody goes to that store. I'll tell you what, though, sometimes that store, though, you can tell it's a little town store.
Yeah,
But
everybody around.
Yeah, everybody around there. You go looking for something, and it's always gone.
Then you hit, that's where it's 25 mile an hour.
So you said this was fairly close. The sighting that you had yesterday was fairly close to where you're living now.
Oh yeah.
Has anybody around you, like say you said your mama and your son lived there on property or fairly close to your property? Have they seen any kind of strangeness around?
They hear a lot of crazy things. I've been chalking it up for, we've been here a couple of years now, about 4 or 5 years. I've chalked it up to coyotes because I do know there's some coyotes here. And my neighbor, he said he got on his daughter seen a huge coyote that she thought was a wolf or something. He gets on his Harley with his shotgun, and he's gonna go and bust a cap in it, and he couldn't find it.
Maybe it wasn't a
wolf. But it was a huge wolf or a coyote. But I've seen the coyotes.
They're not huge.
And no, they're not that huge. No, I mean, I know what they look like is the thing is, and remember I told you about my wife when she had her lung surgery and everything, and she had the bags on her.
Yep.
The drainage. Yeah, the drainage thing. I was terrified because in the middle of the night I'd go out and I'd find her out on her front porch, sound asleep, and I'm like, honey, you got bags of blood hanging from your body.
Yep.
You get your butt in here. So
that's what we're still afraid of. Like I said, we live in a 12 by 24 foot house, 12 by 26, my bad. And it's always that fear because, it's not a fully surrounded house, full insulation, anything could take a running start through the woods and probably push our wall over. So it's always a fear. I'm laying there at night going, now please just let me wake up. If it's going to attack me, take me at one shot. Don't make me feel it.
Well, I know that in our yard, in between the the neighbor's property and our property, the deers, that's a deer trail. And it runs, there's a creek, there's a river behind us. What is that river? Scioto River? Yeah. The Scioto River's right there. So the deer's going back there all the time. We were sitting out on the porch not too long ago, and from around my shed, I said, well, look at there. There was a deer. He's just looking at us like, what the hell are you doing? I'm like, what are you doing? You know, just walked through and then we went over to the cross the street, went into the cemetery, and then there's more woods back there too. So there's woods all around us. And
all right. So
kind of out in the booms. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you. I know.
One horse
right there
town.
with you. I'm literally 5 minutes from the National Forest. 5 minutes from where my mom used to own some property after my father, or not my father-in-law, gee whiz, my stepdad passed away. And then they had to do some, stuff to get everybody where they needed to be and protect them. But they own some property right on the property line of a national forest. So, I know exactly where you're at. I'm right there. If you look at a map and find my little old house from Google Earth, and you kind of pan back a little bit, you're like, well, heck, you're right in the middle of freaking forest, even though it's a little town. So, I know
exactly, yeah. Yep, that's the way it is here, too.
Oh, yeah.
And,
so, got a lot of Bigfoot and Dogman sightings around there.
There is.
You mentioned, Jamie, you mentioned yesterday something about a UFO sighting. I know last time I talked to you, you mentioned a UFO sighting over top of your house. So what's this new one?
It was crazy. Well, when you're in Columbus, it's a big deal. This whole street is a big deal. It's called Polaris Parkway, and it's where all the high-end stores are. Mercedes has a dealership. I mean, it's very well put together, so you don't find crap, I guess. And I pulled up at the red light because we were going to Home Depot, like we always have to do. And when we pulled up to the red light, I looked over him. I said, did you just see that? It looked like somebody was just standing up in the sky and just dropped something. It looked like pure fire falling from the sky. So I was looking to see maybe it hit the ground. Maybe there was a bomb. Maybe something blew up. There was nothing there. He said, what? I said, look right there. You're about to see it. So he kept looking. There was nothing there. But I watched it drop from the sky, and it should have hit the ground. There's no way it didn't hit the ground, but nothing was there. It was just gone. And it was a really dark the sky was dark gray. It was snowing.
Yeah, it was fixing to.
So there was no way it was a sun streak or anything else. It was just a big ball of red fire, and then it was gone.
Big ball of red fire, and that was it, huh?
Yeah, and it was gone. Like I said, I was staring at the red light waiting because you can't make a left turn around there for nothing. So I was sitting there waiting, and I looked up, and there it was. And it's like, so I told him, I said, did you see that? He's like, what? And I told him what it was. So he kept looking. Nope, it just never came back. Can't have no idea what it was. Because meteors, I know when meteors fall in, they don't fall straight down. I mean, it couldn't have been a meteor. It wasn't space junk. You would have heard about it on TV. Whatever it was just there, and then it wasn't.
Is there, and did it change course, or did it just have a straight line?
Just a straight down.
Straight line. Straight down.
Anywhere, or did it just take off into the sky?
Didn't see it. That all I seen was the ball of fire, and then I'm waiting for it to hit the ground or something, and nothing happened. There's been no reports of anything happening. There was no smoke cloud like something exploded. Nothing. It's just like it never happened, and it's driving me crazy because I watched it happen. Whatever it was fell from the sky.
So I guess the next thing we need to do is, pay attention to maybe the local news and see if anybody can, reported something. UFO. I don't know. I used to know a pretty good UFO website. I forgot what the name of the website is. That I get up to the hour reports to, say, MUFON. It's a MUFON site, I think. I can't remember what the name of the stinking website is for the UFO reporting, but I need to look that up to see if there's anything around you guys that has been reported. Have you ever reported anything like that? You know, officially
No.
to some of these places?
In Florida, I had, well, my dad did. He was reporting them every time he seen them. And then, but dad, again, was one of those kids that swears he was abducted, but he can't prove it because he was just little. So, like I said, our whole life, he always said that when he died, he got to go back home. So I was kind of hoping if I ever see a UFO, he's kind of there with it, just because he always said it. I mean, my whole life. I guess that's what he said to my mom, their whole life together too. And they'd been together 29 years or something like that.
Well, that's interesting. A friend of mine, he's been passed away. He passed probably about 13 years ago, 14 years ago. I remember he and I talking about what he thought about what is on the other side, you know, once we leave this mortal coil. And he said, the only thing that makes sense to him is that our soul continues, and what he was going to do after he passes was take a tourist trip throughout the universe. And I was like, well, that's kind of cool. And I thought, all right. Well,
that would have been very cool. I was watching this thing the other night where they were talking about everybody has so many past lives, and they were talking about the alien connection because, you know, the Pentagon just declassified all that stuff about aliens. So they were talking about the Pentagon connection with, you know, people, and some people in the future some people have created hybrids. Some people are here for a job for them when they come back, things like that. And that's what they always say. You know, even the abductees, they all say the same thing. They were taken for this reason and done that. See, Dad's was opposite. He never said he was taken for something bad. He never said they experimented on him. All he ever said was that they were just coming to take him home. That was it. That for some reason it wasn't. My dad didn't have a thought of a past life or a future after heaven and hell. You know, good and evil. None of that. It was he just got to go home.
Wow.
So, episode you had yesterday.
Which one?
Before.
What?
About the cars. You told Shawn about it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That car thing. That's sort of like deja vu kind of thing.
Well, it's every day if you watch it. The other day we were driving and we were I think we were right out here on 23, and we're heading towards Columbus. And I looked at that. I said, "Did you just see that?" And he said, "What?" I said, "That was 3 of the exact same car, the same color and everything, one behind each other." He said, "No, I didn't see it." And today coming back,
I didn't see it.
There were 3 of the exact same car, but it was white coming down the road. And I'm like, this can't happen. There's just a text message. Everybody who owns a white Audi, get on the road right now. That doesn't happen.
Yeah. Did they have the same license plate? Was a government issue license plate by chance?
Couldn't see license plates.
Okay.
It just
when she asked me that, did I see it? I even looked in the rearview mirror. There was no cars.
But they all just came through the dang red light.
I didn't see them cars.
The first 3 were silver and the last 3 were white. But I'm stuck on it's the same pattern. Like
so
the other
3
day,
cars three cars. You know, each time.
Each time it was 3 cars. It was 3 silver the first time, 3 white the second time. Well, that's like I was telling you about the same pattern. Every day there's a predictable pattern. You pull up at the red light, there's going to be the red S10 in the blue car, or the blue S10 in the red car. But it's always the same 2 colors, back and forth, never the same red light, but at least once every day. So I see either the red S10 in the blue car or the blue S10 in the red car at a red light every day, at least once during the entire day. And I do probably 3 hours worth of driving a day.
Oh, yeah.
That's part of our work day is 3 hours worth of driving.
3 hours? Oh, wow. Yeah, I used to do that back in the day. I would drive about an hour and a quarter one way, you know,
right,
to and from, and I was doing 12-hour shifts at the end of that drive, then driving back another hour and a quarter.
Oh, Lord. Well, ours is 45 minutes to the first job, 35 minutes to the second one, an hour and a half to the third one, 2.5 to get home. I mean, it's insanity.
Now, well, today you think everything I've been seeing online, everybody's complaining about, hey, 8 hours is too long for you to work. I was like, 8 hours? Gee whiz, man. I was happy to go home at 12. That was like
Thank
a
you.
half a day for me. Yeah, man.
You
I
ain't
can
lying.
go
I'm
there.
just happy when we don't have more than 3 jobs a day. That's it. Pretty
I
good.
get you.
Less than that. But now, even in what I don't remember what school it was. I just seen it on TV where they're automatically going to 4-day-a-week school days because 5 is just too much for these kids.
Oh man, I don't know. I'd hate to say this, but this woke stuff. Well, I'll say it anyway. I think it's creating a lot of pussies. Period.
Oh, you weren't lying. When I was a kid, if I wasn't number 1, I didn't get a trophy for participation. When I was being raised, kids were mean. Kids are horrible. High school sucks. My kids, I raised them. Didn't matter what anyone could ever say to them. And it started, my son, my oldest son was 13 years old in the 7th grade with this girl. He'd been in school with her for 3 years. Well, this was big when the kids were just starting to get online all the time. And she started getting cyberbullied, and she climbed to the top of a cement factory and jumped off. So after that, I started anything that they could be picked on for, I did it. I pick on them for everything. And then when someone picks on them, they just laugh at them and say, "Huh, you think that's bad?" My mom said worse. And I really don't. It's a game. It's a joke. But they're not sensitive about anything. My daughter gained 100 pounds over COVID. So afraid when she was going back to high school, I said, because they're going to make fun of her. So now she just looks at you and she goes, "Nope, that's just more of me to love." Because I was so afraid that if I didn't desensitize them, then I would have. Look at the rest of these kids today. They were doing it on the TV. They were showing back in the day the riots during the Vietnam War here in Ohio, where 4 people were killed by fighting the National Guardsmen. And in the very same clip, they showed a school in college in Connecticut where the kids locked themselves in the building for 10 days because they are wanting better inclusion or money for better inclusion of their students. Now, I don't know how you give money for something like that, but that's what they want. So for 10 days, they've been locked in a building. It's like, okay, these ones rioted and lost their life over a war. And these ones, what? And then this school in Massachusetts had the diversity teacher there had his students. They invited a judge there as a guest speaker, and then had all of his students roast him. The reason why? He misgendered a pedophile who said he was a woman so he could go to a woman's prison so he could attack more women. So then they had to get him out of there. But because he misgendered a male pedophile that wanted to be in a woman's prison, they made fun of him and ruined his whole life in that one day because they just didn't like what he said. I don't understand.
We have become a bunch of people that get our feelings hurt, and heck, I'm one that's if I break a leg or get a scratch or a deep fast cut, throw some dirt in it and run on. Now I lost the leg, that kind of slowed me up a little bit, but that being said,
hey, I lost a lung and I was still trying to give it hell.
Oh hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The thing of it is today's. I think it's more a push for MSM doing whatever it is that their agenda is. I know for a fact that my family don't teach the kids, my kids or my blood that way. Are they a little bit softer? Sure. You didn't grow up and have these little handy dandy iPhones and phones in our hands running around during the day. The only thing we had when we were kids was one phone. I remember I just had one phone in the house, and it was on the wall in the dining room, and that was it. Yeah.
Well, when I was a kid, I was outside all day long. If I had to, my mom made us stay inside of a fenced yard, so we rode our bicycles around the length of the inside of this yard, climb trees all day. Man, I can't get these. My son stays on the video game so much that when he got punished, instead of grounding him to his room, we grounded him to the outside. He had to stay outside from 10 a.m. in the morning until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. He was not allowed to go in his room at all from 10 to 4 p.m. You can bet at 4 p.m. he was up them stairs. But until then, he had to be outside. Some days we'd come home from work and he's sitting on the front step. And what are you doing, Math? I'm not allowed to go in the house till 4 o'clock because I'm grounded. I said, yeah. 4 o'clock comes. What are you doing, Math? Go and play my game. You don't ground the kid to his room. You ground the kids to outside.
Yeah, that was my bright ass idea.
Well, that wasn't too bad
So
of
you
an
get
idea,
down and
actually.
you're like, cool. No, it's not cool.
No, Dennis, they got grounded off of their Xbox, so Dennis made them a Y box. As for why the reason you don't have an Xbox, and now all 4 kids wanting to build another.
That's just insane to me. I remember getting grounded and having to stay in the house and not being
Exactly.
able to go outside house. I remember my dad catching me when I was probably about 13 maybe and saying, hey, son, don't go up in that holler. And I found I was, from what I understand now, I was pretty close to a still that was set up to cook moonshine.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, it ain't that far from here right now, but it's on the side of a mountain. But holy cow, yeah, definitely one of those, ground him to the outside. So what did he do on the outside? Once you ground him, did he just stay on the porch or play or what?
It didn't do anything. They didn't know what that was.
Well,
that was torture, I guess, because I'm like,
well, actually,
because I remember when I was a kid. Well, most of us. Everybody want to be outside. They don't want anybody to be sitting inside listening to mom, dad, or grandpa and grandma. We want to go outside, play with our friends, and do our thing. But so yeah, I don't know what Matthew
he did. That's when he met Robert, and he decided
he actually made some friends.
He made a friend, and he decided he liked Magic the Gathering. So they go down to the game store every Friday night and play Magic the Gathering.
So see there,
now we moved here. Now he has a job. He's 18 now. He works full time. He plays his game all night long if he wants to, but he buys any game that he ever wants and does anything he ever wants. And maybe grounding him to the outside made him be that way, because that's what my oldest son says. If we would have treated the youngest two like we treated the oldest two, then they wouldn't be that way. Well, Matthew is a great example. We're just working on Katie. She's 17 and we're just trying to get it done.
Yeah.
Get her all ticked. Well, we wouldn't let her have a tablet, a computer. She's been off of all electronics. She just now got the right to get on TikTok for herself. And she's 6 months shy of her 18th birthday. So she can deal with it then, but she learned how to be a person before that.
Yeah. So let's jump back into talking about some of the supernatural stuff you guys have been doing.
We got way off.
We done that preaching. I got in trouble. I already got in trouble with YouTube talking about some stuff I shouldn't have talked about. They gave me a warning for talking about something called start with I and a ver and then ended with mectin. And I'm like, I can't. You can't talk about that because they.
No, you can't. I didn't know you got a warning for that. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I'm perfectly happy about that. I would have took a whole freaking strike on that son of a gun. But that being said, it's just one of those things that if you're on a platform, you got to play by their rules, and if you want to stay on that platform, you still got to play by their rules. But you got to watch your P's and Q's and what you say every once in a while.
Oh yeah. And it never used to be that way, but it is now. But hopefully soon it stops being that way and we can all go back to being normal humans.
Chris Jarvis said he heard of a dogman sighting outside of, where was it? Let me see. Have heard of dogman sightings.
Outskirts of Cincinnati. Oh yeah. You hear about them a lot.
Yep. So yeah, man. Let's go back yesterday. Did you drive past today? Did you drive past or that spot where you saw this dogman yesterday?
No, we came in the other way.
Nope, we came in the opposite way today.
The other way today. We was on a different side of.
Yeah, we came in the back side from Circleville side yesterday, and we came in the front side from Columbus today.
Wow! Holy cow! So,
but I am gonna go back there behind Darby Excavating and see if I can get some pictures or
something.
Look for a little something or something. Something was going on back there. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no work going on. I know that. It was.
no.
It
Wasn't
was.
no
It
work.
was. No, it was. It was an organic creature.
Organic
That's
creature that was solid black. Did you see
Yeah.
any whites of its eyes or anything, or was it just
Now,
one big massive whatever pushing through trees,
yeah,
swimming
like
through
I say,
trees?
it was.
It was white here.
He
Though.
was running.
It looked like it was white here, though. That's all I could see is the white streaks.
All I know is I know that he was lucky he was swimming. And
Swimming through the trees.
yep.
Was there
And,
any kind of briar patches or anything through that set of trees or anything?
no, there ain't no briar patches. No, no. It's just dense woods.
Dense
Yep.
woods. Now, was there since there was a cow pasture there, was there like a barbed wire fence or anything, or just had one of those little electric fences that shocks the crap out of a cow if they got too close?
The front of it is a field fence, but the back of it's barbed wire.
It's a field fence. Yeah.
Okay.
Out.
It'd be easy enough for a dog man just to take it. And I wonder how many times that happens a year out here and they just don't say anything.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I know I remember hearing or seeing there was two sisters that seen a dog man a while back. I seen it on one of these episodes or shows or something. And they actually went there where they call it the Beast of, is it the
Bray
Beast
Road.
of Bray Road?
Yeah, that's
Bray
up
Road?
in Michigan. That's up in
Yeah.
Michigan.
And they actually showed the where the two sisters had seen that dog man. Am I correct on that? Anyways, it looked like that.
I don't believe I've heard of that particular telling, but it sounds correct.
Yeah,
Hocking
I mean,
Hills
I could be wrong. Oh yeah, Hocking Hills.
Yeah, Chris Jarvis said Hocking Hills has a history of Sasquatch sightings and many friends. He has friends with cabins there. We did a lot of work down there, and we've taken the kids down there. That is definitely a scary place. I wouldn't want to stay the night. For our honeymoon, we had a cabin there, but I wouldn't want to stay in the campground in the tent.
Yeah.
After taking the kids through the woods, because we took them to Old Man's Cave and was going through all the Indian caves and everything, and that was scary enough. To do it at night, I couldn't have never done it.
Well, I don't know if I used to be a little bit adventurous and sleep out in tents and stuff. Now that I get a little bit of this knowledge of crazy things out in the woods, I don't know if I'd want to do that now. But I'll spend a couple nights out there.
Well, we went to North Carolina.
That way.
We went to North Carolina a couple years ago. Well, about 7 years ago, we were there and we were staying in a tent. Now, I don't know what it was. My son says it was a bear. I didn't see a bear. I smelled wet dog when I got back, but I never seen a bear. He said while he was asleep in the tent in the campground, a bear was there and he seen it. It got close to the tent. Okay, our dog went crazy. Yeah, said that it tried to eat our chihuahua and all these things. Okay. Well, then Dennis had to go away from us for a little bit. And me and my son were still staying in the campground. And we were asleep there one night when something was outside that canvas. And he's going, Mommy, it's the bear. I said, Michael, that's not a bear. Bears are big and thick. That's not a bear. Still don't know what was out there. I'm just glad that it stayed on the other side of the canvas.
All right. So, if I remember correctly, you had a run-in with some crazy stuff, and I'm going to get you to retell some of the stories you told on the last show. Just
okay.
Some of the other stuff that I forgot what the highway number was. You was coming from North Carolina into Virginia.
I know it's on 77, and it's in Virginia, no less. The exit number always gets me. Nope. And to this moment, I still don't know. I know I've talked with Michael a couple of times and asked him, did you hear a fizzle? Did you smell like what when you strike matches, anything? And he said it smelled like struck matches when we were coming out of there. But to this day, you can ask him and it freaks him right out. He said he's looked online for it. He's never been able to find it again.
You talking about
that truck stop?
Yeah. Well, he wants you to tell.
Okay. Well, we were going to go. Let's see. Dennis was in there 15. So in 2015, we were on our way to Danville, Virginia to go visit Dennis. And on our way there, it was crazy. I was driving and I had a Boost mobile phone, and I was going down the road, and my phone said that my handset disconnected from my service. So I'm looking at it. I don't know how a phone disconnects from its service, but whatever, it did. So my son said he had to go to the bathroom. We were thirsty. We're going to get off. The next exit said it had gas, had a station. Okay, we'll get off there. So we get off at the exit, and it said gas this way. So we're thinking, okay, maybe it's here. Sometimes you get maybe a half a mile away from the exit. Went a mile, went a couple of miles, went more miles. Michael's finally, Mama, we need to turn around. You know, it's not here. I said, yeah, just as we were about to turn around, it came into view. And it was just a truck stop. Well, it was like a gas station, but it had the old timey gas stations, you know, the one where you pull the thing down and the pumps spin. They're not digital. They do the little spin thing like the odometer in your car.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
So it was doing that, and I said, no, I'm not going to get gas here. The pumps look like they're broken. So we pull up, and then he says, well, we better get gas while we're here, you know, because Virginia stations are far in between. So go ahead and pull up there. And he goes in. We're going to go in and we're going to get gas and we're going to pay or whatever. And we go in and he says, okay, Mama, I'll get you a drink while I'm there. Well, he's in there and he's in there and he's in there. And I don't know why he's in there. So I walk in there and they didn't have regular soda. It was all off-brand, old-timey stuff. They didn't have like a regular fountain drink cup. Their fountain drinks were 42 ounces. Not 40, not 44, but 42 ounces. I mean, nothing was the way it was supposed to be, but it was dead silent. And I'm talking silent. And there was a line of people, but there were no cars in the parking lot. There was a bunch of cars beside the building, but they looked like they hadn't ran in years. But there's a line of people. So we're standing in line. And Michael's trying to whisper to me, and I'm telling him, you know, be quiet. It's real quiet in here. We're just standing there. These people are dressed in clothes that are so much older than, there it was.
The prison to the Dan River.
Yep, that was it.
That's where I was, unfortunately, yeah.
22. That's exactly where it was. And that's what I'm saying. So we stopped, but all these people were in line wearing the clothes from years ago. They're not, they're not current. They're not anything. And I found a guy named Charlie, prominent in the town, ran the project to put the tunnel through the mountain. Oh, how cool is that? So, but like I said, they're all in there in these clothes that are so outdated, but there's no sound. So we're standing there. Person moves. No one's talking, but everybody's, one at a time leaving the counter. So I look up, and this guy, my son will tell you, even to this day, his skin was as white as flour you fry food with. And his eyes were as red as they could possibly be. But Michael says, but he was pretty. I said, what does that mean? He says, because when you look at him, you just can't look away. And he wasn't lying. I don't remember who moved away from in front of us. But when we were up there at the counter and I was supposed to be paying, I don't know what I was paying on. There was no cash register. But it was like real old, like 50s. You push the buttons and it makes the dinging bells. But I couldn't look
like that old typewriter style.
Oh, yeah.
Cash register. Okay.
Yeah. So then when I guess I've been standing there a while because Michael taps me and he says, Mommy, we got to go. And I'm like, oh, okay. So we get outside and he goes, Mommy, can we hurry up and go? Yeah. So we hurry up and get in the car.
Well, you said the dude talked to you.
No, he didn't talk to me. But the problem is that he never spoke. But I heard him say something, but his lips never moved.
Oh.
It was like he was whispering to us. And that's what, when we got outside, that's what Michael was saying. I don't know what the guy said to this very day. And even Michael said he heard it, but he doesn't know what he said. I don't know what he said. And if I did, I've forgotten. But
did he have any facial movement whatsoever? Just his eyes moved?
No, just his eyes were blazing red, and he never moved. His face never moved. He didn't say $5, thank you. He didn't say anything to anyone. It was just done. It was crazy. So then we get out of there, and as we turn around to go, it's all dark. Now, when we showed up there, it was strange because we were in the middle. We were going down a road with no houses, no lights, no nothing. Just as I said, okay, well, let's find a side street or something to turn around on. This place came into view. So it's like, okay. So even when we left, Michael looked out the rearview mirror. He said, you know what? I'm going to look this place up when I get home. He looks in the rearview mirror, and there was no place there. As we were driving out, my ears popped. I kept telling Michael my ears hurt, and he kept telling me they needed to pop every time I'm in the mountains. My ears need to pop. And when my ears popped, it smelled like sulfur for 5 seconds, and then we were back on the highway. We pulled into Lowe's to fix my phone, and off we went. But it was like
now you said your phone said it lost service or something.
It disconnected itself. It disconnected itself from the handset. I don't know how your Boost mobile service disconnects your physical phone handset from your service, but it did, and I had to stop at Lowe's to use their Wi-Fi on his phone to call them to fix it, and they said, "Oh, we've never had that happen before." Well, neither had I. They said, "Oh, we don't see where there's a problem." I said, "I'm telling you, this is what it's doing." They said, "Turn it off and turn it on again, and it'll be fine." Really? So my phone disconnected from its handset, and my son didn't have service, so we couldn't make a phone call out. We ended up in this place that I'm afraid we would have stayed forever had I just stayed standing there. Had my son not been there, if my no, the one that said "see you later" was the one that we saw on the road on the way out.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, like I said, there was the guy, and I kept saying the one inside. I swear to God, in my head, he was telling me to "see you later," but I kept telling my son. I said, "What was it?" He was whispering. He was whispering, and he said, "I don't know, but I think he told us he'd see us later." I said, "Where's he going to see us later, Michael? We're getting in the car. We're out of here." So as we were going out, there was a guy on the side of the road, and there was a sign that says, "We'll see you later." So yeah, it's crazy. That was crazy, but yeah. And as soon as we went through it, it was all back to normal. It's just that whispering, and it was real soft, like crazy, like it was just a lot of people were talking, but you couldn't make out what it was. And that's what he said. I said, "What did he say?" And Michael goes, "I think he said, 'I'll see you later.'" And I looked at Michael and I said, "No, he couldn't have said that." And then I heard it again too. And he said, "See, Mommy?" I said, "No, he couldn't have said that. Where's he going to see us, Michael? We're getting in the car. We're leaving." And even now he'll say it. He's looked all over. He got a whole map of the state and tried to pinpoint it.
Have you ever done Google Earth since you told the story?
He Google Earthed it. He has done everything he can to try to figure it out, and he can't figure it out.
Can't figure it out. So when you paid whatever the amount was, did you get any change back?
No, I don't remember paying.
You don't remember?
I don't. Paying? Michael said I did, but I don't remember what it was. And this was before everybody had people used debit cards, but it was before everybody had debit cards.
Okay.
So I don't remember even paying. I don't remember. I asked my son, and he'll say, "Mama, don't you remember?" "No, not really." He said, "Well, if you wouldn't have stared at the guy so long, you'd remember." I don't remember looking at the guy. I remember looking up, and that was it. Then Michael's saying it's time to go.
How old was your son then, Michael?
Let's see. He's 15. Yep.
Michael was probably 15.
15. No, Michael was 17 because it was 7 years ago.
I was going to say, yeah.
Yep, he just turned 25.
And what has he told you that, other than you just stared into that dude's eyes, what else has he told you that you got kind of hard to swallow? So, no, I didn't do that.
He won't talk about it. He won't,
not once. You can ask him, and if I tell him, he'll say, "Oh, yeah, that happened. Yeah, that happened." But he won't.
Scared the crap out of
he says because he's afraid whatever that man was will come after him. He said that since then.
Because remember a couple of other times we had talked to you, we told you about us staying in the big house up there, upstairs, and the paranormal stuff that was going on. Well, he lives in that room now. And he don't want no part of it. He says that the person
sits on the foot of his bed, and the bed sinks down.
I just told him we was just talking about
right now. Yes, yeah, this happened the other day.
Just the other day,
they pull him by his feet, try to pull him out of the bed. They snatch his blanket off of him. Yeah. So now he sleeps wrapped up in a comforter with a fan next to his head and a fan right beside him. So any sound they make, he won't hear it. He does everything he can because he's so afraid. Well, now my Matthew is staying in the bedroom we had downstairs, and he keeps seeing the man with the black hat.
Remember I told you about
we were telling you about the man with the black hat. And even now, when I ask Matthew, he'll tell you that's why he sleeps in a pitch black room, so he can't see shadows. And when he's awake, that's why everything is lit up real bright. It's so there are no shadows. And then when he plays his game, he puts his headset completely on and stares tunnel vision at his TV so he doesn't see anything else. Matthew's a touch autistic, so he sees things a whole lot differently than we do.
Wow. Let's see. Has he had anything touch him, push him, pinch him?
Not Matthew, but Michael. He says Michael he does. Michael, like I said, they pull on him and everything else. But that was the same room where I stayed there before Dennis got here, and it was fine, no problem. I would smell men's cologne once in a while, but I'm saying I was never injured. But then when Dennis got home, there was two. You could always smell you'd smell the female, and then you'd smell the male. Well, then we'd be sitting there, and all of a sudden, the whole bedroom would start smelling like female perfume. And he'd look at me, "What did you spray?" I didn't spray anything. So we'd lay down, and if we laid down, I woke up with bites down my back, scratches down my legs, everywhere. But as long as I don't touch him, I was fine. But anytime I was in that room, if I touched him, I got attacked. Even while we were wide awake standing there. I was standing there talking to him and said, "Ow," and he said, "What?" And the back of my leg was scratched. When I pulled it up, I said, "What just did that?" We didn't have a cat or anything up there. Speaking of, get your butt down. Get down. Oh. Speaking of cat, he's chasing shadows.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Now you say you said you have where you're currently sitting right now, you've got some interesting things that's going on there too.
Oh yeah, Dennis does. You got time while you're demonic.
All the time. Yeah. Well, you see it. I know the cat.
The cat looks at stuff. Looks and stuff.
Yeah, it looks at stuff that ain't there and stares at shit.
Well,
and
Dennis is
stuff falls all the time.
Well, Dennis he talks.
We're on the same property. We're just down.
Yeah, we're just downhill
behind the property.
So
we built our own little house.
So Dennis talks in his sleep, and the last 2 weeks, he yells at me about the Burning Man. I don't know what the Burning Man is. He won't tell me what the Burning Man is.
She told me that
one night the Burning Man was here. One night the Burning Man, one night the Burning Man had just dropped him off. One night the Burning Man was coming. One night stay away from the Burning Man. One night the Burning Man was going to stay with us. Every night it's something. But when I asked him about it, he has no idea what I'm talking about.
I look at her like it's crazy.
He doesn't remember it, but every single night, because he used to in his dreams he used to work all night, so he would be working. You know, talking about kicking carpet or whatever he's doing. He's talking about work all night long in his sleep. Okay, I can deal with that, but this thing I can't deal with because it's starting to scare me because I don't know what the Burning Man is.
Wow. And I don't know what no Burning Man is.
Well, we'll have to say a prayer in the show.
He can't actually say he doesn't know what a Burning Man is because we were visiting my mom for one of my birthdays, and Dennis walked into the back room, and standing against the back wall, he said was an orange man. The man was orange, like burning orange. He couldn't figure out where the man came from, who the man was, but the man was there. It scared my mom to death to the point that she moved her entire living room from the back room to the front room so she didn't have to sit by where the man was orange. Or my favorite one, we had our recliner up in our bedroom that my son's got now. Dennis he walks by it and he goes, "What?" He screams real loud, and I said, "What? You wouldn't sit in that chair if you just seen what I saw sitting there." "Well, what's sitting there?" "I'm not telling you. You just won't sit there." And he made them get the chair out of the house that day and get it out of our room.
I do remember that.
Dennis sees things and hears things.
Sees things and hears things. So I think did I ask if the land that you have, the house on the hill, is built on? Is there any kind of Indian land nearby?
I don't know if it's nearby. Gene next door
used to go down to the Gene Mansion.
Right here behind us, the river.
Oh yeah, down Darby Creek.
Yeah, and find
the arrowheads
and stuff. So I
don't know things like that.
Yeah. But not that I know of. I don't know. I mean, that'd be something to look up, I guess.
Well, yeah, well, you got to figure Ohio is real rich in Indian territory. There's the the Adena Indian mounds down Chillicothe Way. There's a whole bunch of things about Indians all over the place.
You got to look at that screen, not
Well,
that one.
no, I'm not looking at that one.
I know we're looking weird because
Yeah, I know
what we're
you're
looking
looking back
at
and
is
forth
right
from
there, but
YouTube to.
Well, no,
yeah,
well, what it is we're looking at the TV screen that's behind it. There's a 58-inch television right behind the phone that we're off of. So we're looking at the TV and the phone's looking at us.
Right. Well, I'm looking at the actual recording that's going out live
Right.
here, and to the left of me, I've got a 32-inch TV with the YouTube stuff going on there, just to make sure everything's kosher. So I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you see the
So, do you know anything about the Indians that were around there? The Native
Well, I
Americans?
know that the most predominant one for Ohio was the Hopi, I can't say it, Indian tribe. And they're the ones that made all the decorative mounds, all the burial mounds in Chillicothe. Katie went there for a field trip the last time. So I got to teach her all about it. And
That's cool.
but they are predominant down the road here. There's a cemetery right here in town, obviously. But right down the road there's a cemetery. And it's got probably 12 headstones in it, and all of them are dating from the 1800s. And they say that there's Indians buried in that as well. So we don't know if this was on an Indian ground, but not too far off of one.
I know
Interesting.
that. I know that this land where we're at, right here, where our house is down the thing, uh, old bottles. You know how the ground settles. And go out there. I can chop trees, cut the grass, or whatever, and then I'll say, "Hey, that damn old ass bottle wasn't there the other day." You know,
Like a landfill kind of situation. Everything's rising to the top.
rising up to the top. Yeah, I see that all the time, but now I ain't seen no Indian bones or nothing like that pop up.
I'll tell you what, though, we lived in a house in Florida. It was so funny. When the very first day we ever seen it, we were selling the guy that owned it floor covering. So he paid us to install the floor covering. Well, then we ended up moving into the house. But as we go to see it, we had our son with us. And as we're looking around, there's a I guess it was a turkey, dead turkey underneath where the floor was missing. And it was, it still had half of it still was skin and feathers, and the other half was bone, and it was under the floor. Well, Dennis went ahead, put the floors in, we moved in, everything was fine. But our bedroom was at the very end of the hallway. Now we have 4 kids, so 2 of them were in one bedroom and 1 in each other one. So we'd be in the end bedroom and we'd be laying there and we'd hear somebody running up and down that hall all night long. Dennis said, you better go to bed. You hear no sound, then you hear the running. Better go to bed. Finally, he'd jump up and say, "Why aren't you in bed?" And nobody's awake. Even the dog was asleep.
Somebody said about Burning Man, and that is somewhere out there in the desert or something.
Yeah, strange. Yeah, they're a little crazy out there. But no, but they would run up and down that hall all night long, and he'd do something, and no one's ever awake. And everything, it's like our demons followed to the point that we had a witch, bless our house, because it was to the point that everything was just crazy. Things would move themselves. Stuff would happen. There was even a cat. Someone gave us a Maine Coon cat, and it was so afraid to be in the house that it hid in the cabinet in the bedroom and just stayed there all day long because the cat wouldn't even come out and be with people.
Well, I had a cat, Siamese, back when I was married, way back when. We lived in this little single wide trailer, and it was, the place that we had the trailer parked was over top of what was an old timey, I think it's like a 3 or 4 room house, and it had already been torn apart and stuff. And we was over top, had moved that trailer there, and I had seen something one night looking through my back door when my ex-wife and I was in the living room. We had one of these little wraparound couches, and a cat was on there too, on the the sectional, I guess you'd call it, sectional couch. And I saw something stick its head through the back of the window. It had a green farmer's cap on, a tractor
Oh,
cap.
Lord.
Just looked around just like this. And I jumped up and I said, "Who the hell are you?" And I screamed out like I was going to jump its ass or jump somebody's ass, and scared the living crap out of my ex-wife and the cat and the whole shebang. And of course, my ex-wife says, "Oh, you seen that too?" And I was like, "Wait, what?" "Yeah, I've seen it. It's been there a time or two." I was like, "Wait a minute, you're just telling me this now?" Really?
Uh-huh.
So she tells me that she thought I come home. I was working night shift at a hospital about 30 minutes away. She thought I'd come home a couple of times early in the shift. And I was like, "Oh, okay." But it wasn't. And she told me exactly what I saw. But the cat, long story short, the cat, the Siamese, one night we were asleep in the bedroom that was at the end of the hall, at the end of the trailer. And the cat got spooked. I mean, its tail, bushed out like this, like the size of a baseball bat. And it wouldn't go into that bedroom for a good 2 weeks for whatever reason it was. But, cats are very sensitive to that kind of stuff. It's just amazing. One little station keeper thing, Hannah, thanks for being supportive there. Lorna, I appreciate you donating to the Save Shell's House GoFundMe campaign we're doing right now, and I appreciate it. I need to can you get in touch with me through Facebook Messenger? I think we're friends on Facebook Messenger. I need to get you in touch with Chris Miller to get you a one-of-a-kind piece of artwork from him. So anybody, and on top of that, anybody that donates $100+, Chris has said that he will donate one of his original pieces of artwork. He specializes in Bigfoot Sasquatch artistry, so just to let you know. But Lorna, if you would contact me through Facebook or call me at 931-994-6917, and we'll figure out how to get you that print or that piece of art.
That phone number you just gave, Shawn, that was the first one Dennis tried to call you at last night, and it didn't work, so he called you at the other one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
He said it, and it did nothing. He tried. It was like 5 minutes of nothing but ringing.
Well, it's not on my cell phone. I've only got it on my iPad and my MacBook. And my MacBook, I don't think was on. I have to have the app on the MacBook for it to ring through that. It may have been just something like that happened, but
right. Hey, that happens. As people say all day long, they're trying to call us, and our phones just ain't getting it.
Oh yeah, it is what it is. I may have to put that back on there was a little bug on the app on the phone app that I've got that for the number that I use for the show. There was a little bug there that no matter what I blocked, it still pop up and say, "Hey, this blocked number." It'll pop up for like a half a second, and then go away. And no matter what the number was that I blocked blocked numbers like that. So I was like, I got to get rid of that off of my phone. So I kept it on my iPad, and I said, well, I usually got my iPad around, so. But the iPad I don't have the notification set up to where it audibly says, "Hey, something's happening here. Look at this thing." So, but that's probably it. But definitely.
Sorry, guys. I keep putting my head down. I can't quit yawning. We've been up since 4:30, man. Work was early this morning.
Well, if you need to go, I appreciate you being a part of the show. You've been on here for an hour and a half already. I don't want to keep you up.
Oh, no, you're fine. That's what's crazy. I can sit here and be so tired and go lay down and don't sleep till 4 a.m. anyway.
Holy smoke. Well, I've told friends, hey, I'm going to try to go to bed early, and I'll turn everything off and just have my cell phone, and I'll plug it up and put it on the other side of whatever. And then I'll lay there and I'll start watching freaking YouTube or some crap like that, and I'm done. It was like, oh, bing, you're awake. All right.
Well,
But
Dennis
you
can't
know,
sleep without the TV, so I have to find something that I don't have to watch. So I've been putting it on Forensic Files or the Beverly Hillbillies. Either one, I don't have to watch it. I can listen to it and know what happened.
Shawn, we just talked about that yesterday, didn't we, Shawn? What
yeah,
are you
actually,
watching,
we
sir?
were cycle through a bunch of shows that you and I both watch over on Me TV. You know, I watch all
Yeah,
those old shows for sure. You know, that's
that
about
is
the only
true.
decent stuff on TV now, anyways.
Oh
So,
yeah,
It is.
we have the Pluto app, and you can go click on Classic TV, and it'll give you Andy Griffith's channel, Beverly Hillbillies channel, and a couple other ones, and you can just sit there and watch whatever you want.
I'll have to go through that and look at that. That's something I enjoy watching. Is just I watch a lot of MASH. If you haven't heard me say the word MASH on a show or two in the last 2 years, then you haven't been paying attention to me. But I love
Yeah.
MASH. I don't know why, but it just
My mom and dad did too. My mom still makes analogies when she's talking about doctors. Would you rather have Dr. Burns or the other one? You know, which one would you rather have operate on you? And it's like, yeah, okay, mom. And she still does it, and that's been off the air forever.
But yeah, it's just this time and day and age. You know, I know that when we were growing up, you know, our parents and our grandparents were saying about the same thing we're saying about our generation now. But I doubt that they said the same things we're doing, because heck, these kids have, you know, everything at the fingertips, all the information that they could ever get to, and all the propaganda. This is the most propagandized generation going. You know,
Oh yeah.
they're hit with all kinds of crazy crap.
Well, yeah, I used to believe in all of that supernatural stuff that went on, like wrestling. You know how this guy had this and this person was dying and all those things, and then come to find out none of it was real, because you can see it. You can just Google it and say, "Hey, did this happen?" No, that didn't happen. Well, it screws up everything, so you don't believe any of it anymore. Because I believe in all that. You know, you feel bad when somebody dies. Oh, somebody was talking about a haunting or this, that, and the other. You actually believe it, and then it wasn't real. That's what I'm afraid of with half the shows on some of these shows on YouTube, that they're talking, but it's not real, you know?
Well, you can believe that thing I seen yesterday.
Well, yeah.
Well, she saw the aftermath. She saw the wave through the forest, or whatever you want to call it. That's just amazing to me.
Yeah, like I said, it was going through for him, and then when I seen it, it was cut up back through, and it's like where the trees they're small at the edge, they're coming right through the edge and just splitting.
I want to tell a funny joke. Or not a funny joke, but yeah, it's kind of funny to me. I'll say it anyway. A couple nights ago, I did a 2-hour GoFundMe fundraiser for our friend Shell, and you know, Chris Miller, the artist that I said, you know, if you donate $100 he'll donate a original piece of artwork to that donator for $100+ And he had a lot of stuff that he sent me, and it had a lot of copywritten material. And I was like, oh, heck, God told me to do this show, and I'm doing this show, period. No matter if I lose the channel or not, based off of what I was playing. So I said, you know, I had it in the back of my mind, yeah, you know, I'll get copyright claims or something like that. And I said, well, it'd be funny. I'll announce. I didn't announce, like I said, but I will announce it tonight. I got 10 copyright claims on that show based off of the music that was attached to Chris's artwork that he had. He had some sort of app that he animates the artwork to make them sing. And I had 10 copyright claims that just hit about 45 minutes after I finished the show. And I was like, why am I getting so many emails? Like, oh, there's those copyright claims that I saw. But I didn't get any strikes or anything. It's just like, yeah, all the proceeds from the show wound up in the pockets of whoever owned the copyright for those songs, which is fine and dandy to me. I don't care. I don't get paid for those shows anyway, so no big deal. It's just funny to me. How that worked out.
Yeah, I always wondered about that. You know, like you, even like I love your new theme song. That is awesome. and you come up with that. So if somebody else took an excerpt of what you made and they used it on theirs, then every time they used it, you got something from it too, right?
Well, that music I don't own. It's free to use. Anybody can use that music that I did. You know, the bit that's visual I did, and all the artwork and stuff. I put all that stuff together. What I did was I took posters from the last 6 years I've been doing this show, and I took samples of posters from throughout those 6 years and just popped it right in there. And,
Oh, that was cool. I told him the whole time how much I liked it.
Yeah, it was. I love it. I'm going to probably play with it and stick some more posters and stuff, because I think I've done pretty much 300+ shows, I would say, if not more. But yeah, I'll probably be tweaking that here and there. But I love that song. That song's great, great. So when was it you saw that UFO? How long ago? 3 or 4 nights ago? Did you say?
That UFO going down the road, that was just a couple days ago.
Oh, well, that's impressive. I seen something similar to that, but it was a shooting star, but it came through the clouds. It was on a cloudy day one day, and then all of a sudden the clouds lit up, and then this little streak, short streak, come through the clouds, and then sputtered out, and I was like, well, that was the coolest thing ever to see that. But this thing that you saw was orangish reddish fireball, and it went completely across the sky. And
yeah, and it just dropped straight down, like somebody just stood there and dropped like a ball. I was staring at the red light and just watched it. It was like right up in the sky above it, and it just went straight down.
Straight down.
Yeah.
Oh, it went straight down. Okay.
Straight down. Straight like down. Drop something and it goes straight down.
I was thinking you said it went this way.
No.
It
went straight down.
Straight down.
And I kept waiting on to see a cloud where something exploded or some blinding light, something, because it couldn't have been that far away from us where it was coming down at. And nothing happened. And it was just gone. Didn't fly away, didn't keep burning, nothing, just gone.
Okay, so the spot where you two witnessed this Dogman Bigfoot, how far away was this UFO sighting to that?
Oh, about 30 miles.
Oh, yeah. I already been to Columbus.
Oh, okay. All right.
Or the other side of Columbus.
Hey guys, if this cuts off, that's because my phone's deciding to give me the 3% warning. So we'll have to get back on Dennis's and finish it up.
No, she just.
Well, that's all right. We're right at. Let's see. We've got about 15 more minutes. That's fine. If you need to go ahead, and we can cut the show a little short, and I can still sit here and chatter for a good 15 minutes or so. That's no big deal. And I appreciate you, Dennis and Jamie, for being on the show. Absolutely.
Well, yes, sir. Anytime. We can always find something to talk about.
Oh, heck yeah. I have no doubt. We can definitely do some more shows without a doubt. We'll go back and talk about all this crazy supernatural stuff that's going on in that old house.
And like I told you last night, it was good for a while. We didn't have much going on. And then all of a sudden, boom. It's gotten worse. Did we just lose it?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
No, but that's what's happened. Dennis has the two beings, the good little dude and the bad little dude that tells him, hey, don't do this, or hey, it's okay to do this, or whatever. He has those. Well, he's not crazy. Things aren't like that. It's like something is messing with him, pulling him one way or the other. I could be standing here having a perfectly fine conversation with him. We're doing great. There's no argument. We're not fighting. No one's upset, nothing. And he will go from the happiest, I love you, baby, to shut the F up, blah, 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 and stomping out the door. And it happened in like the minute of 3 seconds. And then he'll come back in and he'll look at me and he'll go, I'm sorry. I said, what happened? He said, I don't know. And then he'll sit down and it's all gone again. But it was there for that 5 seconds. It was there, and it was just whatever happened. Something is attacking him and forcing him to do things.
But I don't know what she's talking about with the Burning Man thing. And I had seen that somebody chatted that.
About the festival in the desert.
And I've seen that before. I've seen that on YouTube, but no.
Have you ever thought about when Dennis does these little things that you've talked to me about, and kind of said some stuff about. Have you ever tried to record him?
Yeah, I have actually, but well, I tried to get my phone on him last night. I was sitting there eating ice. Remember when we was talking to you? He was telling you I was eating ice cream.
Yeah.
Well, I was. I usually do it at midnight. I'll get out of bed. I'll eat ice cream. I'll go back to bed. So I'm usually sitting there.
3 in the morning.
Hey, sometimes it's 3. It depends on when I wake up.
Hey, 3 in the morning is perfect time for ice cream. I'm just telling you.
Well, my problem is I can go in there right now and go to sleep, and I'll sleep maybe an hour, and then I'm up. And then I'll lay there for hours. And it's finally, you know what? I'm going to get up. I'm going to eat something. Well, ice cream doesn't have any substance. I eat it. I go back to sleep. Well, when I'm sitting there eating is when he does it. Well, last night, I didn't get a chance to get up to do anything. I was getting ready to get up to go to the bathroom, and he started doing it. And then when I went to go away, he kept pulling on me. And he wouldn't let me go. He kept trying. He kept telling me, stop. He's coming. Well, who's coming? The Burning Man. Well, what about the Burning Man? Where is he? He's coming. That's all he kept saying. And then by the time I could get out, he was done and snoring again. And I don't know what it is, but it's the Burning Man. Since like we got back, well, like I was telling you last night, we got that job in Columbus. Well, since we were there, we had to stay in their apartments. So we didn't get to be home. So we've been home now for 2.5 weeks, and it started the second night we were home.
Wow.
I think hey, Shawn, I think you just gave me a little idea. Okay. It could be the property.
Well, you know,
because when we was in Columbus, it was nothing like that.
Nothing like that?
No.
Could be the property. Yeah, that's one of the things. I said something similar to somebody in the last couple of days about that. They were telling me about a haunted place, and I can't remember who it was. I don't know. I've talked to several people over the last few days about supernatural stuff, and I said, I don't. The one thing that people don't really realize, you can build a brand new place or move something from one place to the next, and they forget to look at the land that's underneath it. The land underneath it can be haunted to the hilt. And that's the reason why I asked, hey, do you have any Indian land around there? So that was the reason I said that. And, you know, Ohio's full of all kinds of Indian burial mounds and stuff. So
yeah, and I don't know who's all buried across the street, but there's a cemetery right across the street from us.
Oh,
actually, yeah. Catty corner, yeah.
Yeah, we had been watching some of those videos on Random Nautica a while back, so we were going to try it, but it sent us to the creepiest places, and I was always afraid we'd end up someplace where either the homeowner would shoot us, or a property owner would shoot us, or we'd run into something we didn't want to.
Oh, well, to me, Randonautica, I wouldn't do that. That's similar, like picking up. That's like picking up our freaking Ouija board. Yeah, but it's
I'm not doing that. Yeah. We was going to try it, but nope. I changed my mind quickly on it. I don't get scared. I don't get scared of anything.
Yeah, you went cockeyed there. I believe their 3% just went out. So that being said, thank you, Dennis and Jamie. They said they gave us a 3% warning on their, and they just left. They gave me a 3% warning on their phone, so we were prepared to see that 3% warning go out. So that's it, folks, for Dennis and Jamie. What did you think about their Bigfoot Dogman, whatever that was swimming through their encounter yesterday evening? I said morning, but it apparently was evening, about 6 o'clock yesterday, p.m. Eastern time. So what did you think about that? Was that something Ohio-ish that sounded like, yeah, that fits Ohio? It sounded like it fitted Ohio to me. But there you go. And I'll have him back on and have him talk about all kinds of other supernatural stuff, especially about the house. The house is like crazy haunted. But Dogman in Ohio now, Gordian Slayer says. It's interesting stuff. I got about 9 more minutes. I'm going to keep on here for about 9 more minutes. And I appreciate everyone that has donated to Shell's Save Her Home GoFundMe. If you haven't donated, or if you want to donate a little bit to the fund, I don't want to stress anybody out or beg or anything like that, but these hard times, kinda, some people have issues, and Shell just fell. She's one of those people that helps everybody. She's currently helping family right now. Family's living in her home right now, and she's helping them out without a doubt. So if you can donate to the GoFundMe thing, that's at the GoFundMe link that's at the top of the chat and in the description. And again, thank you, Dennis and Jamie, for being on the show and telling us about that Bigfoot Dogman. Whatever, as he said, it was a dogman. His description was dogmanish. But I put in Bigfoot as well, just because there's so many Bigfoot sightings around Ohio, and they were kind of off on whatever it was. I wasn't there. It sounded dogmanish, Bigfootish. A couple people said it was probably a bear, but I'll let you be the judge of that. But it's amazing what this community does. I have some, heartburn with some of this community, with the paranormal and cryptid community, just because of some of the craziness that goes behind the scenes, and all the gaslighting and stuff that happens every once in a while. But it's amazing the kind-heartedness, the souls, the kind souls, giving souls, actually. The one thing that really makes me say, yeah, screw mainstream media. They're saying, well, everybody's at each other's throat, just because of the trivial thing of, how much pigment you got in your skin, or what you identify as, or whatever, which, I'll go down that little B thing real quick. I think there's only 2 genders, and the rest are just mental illness to me. But I don't care if you don't like it or not. That's just my opinion, and it's my show. If it takes my show away to voice something I feel very strongly about and grew up believing absolutely with. But Dennis, you lost your phone. I saw that, buddy. I really did. I saw you lost your phone. You gave us a 3% warning. That was good enough for us. But that kind of broke up the monotony there from me having to ramble on about something. But holy cow. I appreciate each and every one of you being so caring and so generous with the GoFundMe campaign that I've trying to help out Shell with. Appreciate each and every one of you that has either called, texted, or emailed me over the last, I've been doing this for 6 years now. I appreciate each and every one of you. Big shout out to Dark Waters and all that gang over there that I used to be affiliated with. God bless each and every one of them. May God bless you with all the kindness and all the blessings that you guys deserve. So, anyway, how many more minutes? We got about 4 more minutes. Anybody got any special questions or anything? I'll fill to about 5 minutes worth of questions. How's that? If anybody's got a question or two, and I'll definitely do that. I can honestly tell you, I'm still writing. I'm still having these amazing, vivid, realistic dreams that I wake up and go, what in the heck did I dream that for? Had one this morning I woke up from. Well, Shell, I appreciate you, and I hope and pray that this helps you. One of those things that God just slapped me upside the head, say, hey, you need to do something to help your friend. And I was like, all right, I'll do it. And things just opens up. Hannah, the dreams I have had, a lot of them have to do with the future. Not, not something that you can foresee, but, way in the future. There's some stuff that has happened that I've been told in the dreams that the weirder it is, and let's see, the other Sue, not the Sue, the Alice Sue, but there's another Sue that pops up in the chat every once in a while that she's called into the thing. I've had several dreams that are like, what in the heck is that all about? How in the heck can I say that even was plausible or possible? And the weirdest one was about something that happened way in the future with a red sky in a cave. And before the day was out, I had two people come to me and say, hey, I got to talk to you about a dream. I don't know why I need to talk to you about it, but here it is. And they told me from their point of view in that dream, the same dream I had that night, that I woke up going, why in the heck? How can I do that? And all I can say is God said, okay, Shawn, here's your proof. And that's it. Strange things is I've been told, the dreams I've had I dream of angels, demons, fallen angels as well. And I have been told things that I've rebuked in the dream, and some of it's come true. I hope a lot of it don't come true, but some of it's come true, and I tried to not to. I can't say that. That I almost told a big old freaking fib there. I wake up on a daily basis, and if that dream that I just woke up from is not ruling everything that I'm thinking about that point, I think I'm lucky. Later on that day, I'll go, well, I'm kind of glad I'm not really thinking about anything that has to do with the dream. And then all of a sudden, wham, bam, here it is right in front of your face again. So I don't know what it is, but there you go. All I can tell you is these dreams are very, very vivid, very, very real to me. And I wake up in the dream thinking, yeah, this is a dream, and okay, what's happening now? But yeah, I have mentioned that I'm going to do a live stream. I may do that Saturday night. I'll do a live stream and just talk about my near-death experience, and do a full-on, blast-on question and answer. The Ball of Nightmares is in the house to see. Hey, buddy, what's going on? What's up, brother? The Ball of Nightmares was right there. Seen him. He's poked his head up. Good to see you, brother. But I may do that Saturday night. You missed a good Ohio Bigfoot encounter that happened yesterday about 6 o'clock p.m. up in Ohio. So, it's 10 o'clock. So what I need to do is, give you a couple parting gifts. Definitely I'm going to have my guests back on. Dennis and Jamie. Fun to talk to. I'll tell you, it's a hoot to talk to them. You can see that, their interactions with each other, they kind of play off each other. And you can tell they love each other. But to sit there and listen to two people tell you the same encounter kind of puts a lot of weight on, hey, they saw something. How whatever it is that you think that they saw, that's up to you to believe. I believe they saw whatever they said they saw. Dennis said it was a dog man that was swimming through the trees. So there you go. The next thing I want to probably do, if you have not heard, which I guess most of you have already heard, I have launched a GoFundMe campaign to help save our friend's home, Shell, that's in the chat there. It's in the description. Links in the description. Lorna, I appreciate the GoFundMe donation. You need to get, if you would please contact me on Facebook, or contact me through email at chasingthetruth2018@gmail.com. Whichever way that you can. The links and stuff are generally in my shows. So grab one of those links and see if you can get into contact with me. I'll try to get Chris's original artwork to you some way, somehow. Anybody with nightmares and fallen angels, you called Shawn? Andrea said, no, well, I may have. I don't know. I have some strange dreams of angels coming to me and tell me all kinds of interesting things. A handful of people know a little bit about it. And I'm going to keep it like that until I start. Well, the first book that I'm going to be releasing is probably going to be just strictly about what happened in my near-death experience and nothing about the dreams. But, yeah. So far, I have about 500 pages. I'd say a little bit more than that written. And a lot of people say, well, it's about time for you to, start thinking about publishing a book. I was like, God ain't told me to publish it yet. He just told me to write. And that's what I'm doing. God ain't said, hey, buddy, you need to do this. Last thing he told me was to help a friend out, and that's what I'm doing right now. So, anyway, there you go. Bald Nightmares is waving in the chat. So there you go. So, I think I'm done for tonight. This has been a Wednesday edition of Chasing the Truth, and we were chasing Bigfoot and Dogman, Ohio. An Ohio March 14th, 2023 sighting, approximately 6 p.m. yesterday, maybe 5:30, maybe 6:30, 5:30, 6:30 p.m. yesterday, fairly close to Columbus, Ohio. Shawn, that's enough for 2 books so far. I'm going to keep writing until God says, buddy, you need to peel one of those books off and do something with it. And I ain't got that word yet. And I've had discussions with people that says, hey, it's time to, publish your book. All right. Last time I didn't say this, but what was in the back of my head when I was talking to somebody, said it's time for you to publish that book. And I was like, well, the one thing that's boss of me, other than myself, is definitely God. And God ain't said that yet. Absolutely. God will let me know. He will stop everything in my life and make it almost, he'll make it impossible for me to do anything else but do what I need to do. So, that being said, I am about done with this here, show. I appreciate each and every one of you that has popped into the show and participated. Give me just a second. Let me see who's in this here chat. Thank you again to Dennis and Jamie. God bless you, both of you. You have definitely been a friend to me. And I'm glad that we reconnected. You should have heard Dennis yesterday. Man, you won't believe what I done seen. He was pretty animated. He just, I thought he saw it that morning, but he just literally saw it, within a couple hours of him talking to me on the phone. So he was pretty animated on the phone. Thanks to Andrea, Chris Miller, Arlene, Aussie Sue. Every time I see Aussie Sue, it just strikes me as saying, awesome Sue. Well, you are definitely awesome. Awesome Aussie Sue. I'm probably going to keep call you that. Shell the Motor Mouth. Ashley is in the chat. Donna P. Hannah B. Sharon Guy. Stacy. Lorna, if you're still there, you hadn't said anything. Lorna, you need to get in touch with me. I appreciate it. The Vol Nightmares. And a host of others that have come and gone throughout this show tonight. If you want to reach me, 931-994-6917. I think I'm going to put that app on my phone so I don't have any. Hopefully it fixed that issue with people I've blocked. There's been a host of numbers I've blocked. Most of them have belonged to the same persons, but yeah, no big deal. I'll leave it at that. Or contact me at Chasing the Truth 2018. Don't forget, if you feel like you can help out with Saving Shell's Home GoFundMe project or campaign, not project, campaign. The link's in the description and the link's in the chat that I posted or stapled there, or whatever you want to call it, at the top of the chat there. But holy cow. Let's go ahead and say the closing prayer. And if you want to be a part of the prayer chain, or if you're on the chain, I'm about ready to pray over. If you don't want to be on, or name's not on there, or if you want a name on there, either addition or deletion, you can either contact me through Chasing Truth 2018 or 931-994-6917. But here we go. Well, Destiny, you made it just right on time, huh? You can always rewind. We had a fantastic Ohio encounter of, I think was a dogman that was told by a rather crazy, lovable couple, married couple, Dennis and Jamie. Appreciate you, Dennis and Jamie. But you made it right on time. That's all I can tell you. If you made it here while I'm live, you made it on time. But here we go. Father God, I come before you to ask that you hear my prayers. Lord Jesus Christ, in thy love and mercy, establish a perimeter of protection around myself, Dennis, and Jamie, and all that's in the chat and will participate in this show, and all our loved ones, those who pray for us and their loved ones. May the holy angels guard us and all our possessions, establishing a perimeter protection around us, rendering us immune from any kind of demonic influence. I ask that no demonic bondage, door, demonic entity, portal, astral projection, or disembodied spirit that may enter the space of 100 yards in all directions of us. Ask that any demons within the vicinity or any that should try to enter here be rendered deaf, dumb, and blind, that thou would strip them of all weapons, power, illusions, and authority, that thou would bind, rebuke, and disable them from communicating and interacting with each other in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Remove them, sending them directly to the foot of thy cross, Jesus, Son of the Most High. Father God, okay. And I have one additional person that wants to be prayed for. Again, let me find that, Father. One moment while I look for this. All right. And I definitely will pray for that person. But Father, excuse the lateness of the ending the prayer, but if you would, Father, send your angels of mercy, protection, support, and healing to the following folks: Stacy and Father, Corbin and family, Becky and family, Keith and Jimmy, Jean and family, Joanne, Merlin's niece, Shell and Aiden, Laura and her family, Julie and Jeff, Justin Walker, Sharon Guy, Brenda, Julie S., Aaron and Erica, AJK, Claire Ellis, Dahl, Stimulate, Jack and his children, Juanita Hicks, Kim, Beth and Kurt and their father, Wes and his dad, T. Willis and Aaron, Daryl Pratt, Jose Ramirez, Julie Wheeler, Marquetta Jones and her family, Holly, Sharon Arms, Kevin, Hugo Nagy, Hannah, John Boy, Dennis and Jamie, Daniel and family, Debbie and Franklin and family, and Lorna. And Father God, anyone else that has unspoken prayers, Father God, bless them as you see fit. In Jesus Christ's name, amen. Lorna, if you want to call in at 931-994-6917, or if you want, let's see, give me just a second. Let me see. You can call right now if you like. Let me, or you can grab this link if you want to. You don't have to call. Whichever way is more applicable for you, applicable. Do that right there. Whichever way you want to. I'll look for the ring-a-ding-a-ding-ding. We'll get you on here one way or t'other. So we're gonna wait to see if Lorna calls or not. That's up to you. I'll give her a good 5 minutes, give her a sec. Yep. Yeah, Shell definitely was dinging me while I was praying, but that's fine. It's one of the things. Glory to God, absolutely. Glory to God. God is good all the time. My worry is once God's patience is over. That's what I worry about for the folks that didn't pay attention. Once all the end of days, I believe the end of days are upon us. Once the end of days has finished, what happens? So, Lorna, you can call in or grab this link right here, Lorna. Let me post that link one more time. You don't have to show your little old face on the camera, but you have to have audio or whatever, or you can call in, whichever one is able for you, readily able to do. Just for the, I know how you type there, Shell, without a doubt. I know how you type. It sounds like you're beating the hell out of a keyboard. If anybody's out there that wants to have a stress test on a keyboard, hit Shell up. If there's a manufacturer out there, hit Shell up for a stress test for keyboards. She will definitely pound the hell out of one for you. Stress test that out, and if it passes her snuff, then you're good to go. Lorna, yeah, call in, Lorna, or hit that that link I just put you in there. But holy smokes, can you believe? Hey, be careful out there. I saw on the weather, the northeast of the United States is about ready to get hit with another cold snap and some snow. I'm glad I got some heating oil today. Yeah, I'm on the computer and not phone 120 words per minute. So, okay. I think I hit about 100 was my max. I don't know. I have never tested. I'm sure there's probably a program out there to test how fast I type. Funny story, true story. There was a typewriting class when I was going to high school. I took 2 years of that typewriting class, not because I wanted to type crap out. But it was because when I walked by the typewriting class, there were so many girls in there. I was like, holy cow, that's the place to be. Shoot, man, I'm going to do that. So I took 2 years of typewriting class. And then I learned how to shorthand. And I hadn't seen those in a while. I still have some college notes and high school notes in shorthand. And I'm like, what the heck did I write there? Now, my signature sort of looks like my shorthand signature. So, I still have a little bit of that left over. But, yeah, buddy. Well, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? If you're a full-blooded male American that was growing up in the 70s, 80s, and you had the ability to say, well, I'm going to stick my body in a place where I could muster up some dates. Why not? Wish that never happened, but that was the reason behind it anyway. I did not take home economics. I did not. But I can cook better than most of everybody that I have ever been around, including restaurants. I'd rather have my cooking versus most people's. But there you go. Well, Lorna, let's see. 931-994-6917. Are you going to call in, or I'm going to wait till after the show? Whichever one you want to do that. Yeah, Julie, I don't know if I was a smart guy. I couldn't tell you which head I was thinking with at that time, but there was some hormones speaking for me. Cook us all some dinner. Well, I love cooking for, one of the things I love to do is grill. Oh my God. I could grill all freaking day long and be happy as a little camper. You never know. God may make it to where I can do that one more time. But right now, I'm doing what I need to do. So, and that being said, I'm going to give about 5 more minutes to the show, and then we'll give her a good once-over. But, yeah. Have a feeling she left after the last comment at 10. Okay, well, that's fine. I'll give her a couple more minutes and then say I gave it the good old college try. Uh-oh, we got a confession right here. Wait just a second. Shawn, I had a big crush in first year high school, so I took woodwork class just to be around. Oh, man. Well, I had a ton of crushes, is all I could tell you. Had a ton of crushes. Noms are going to have to feed soon. Well, go ahead and eat, get your feed bag on. That's all I can tell you. I'm going to probably, let's see, what was the only thing I ate was bacon and eggs this morning. That was the only thing I've eaten so far today. But, oh yeah. Smart Sue. Sue, if hormones are calling while you're in the high school, that's the way to do it. That's what I'm saying. I've grown up since then, so hopefully. I'm not like that hormone-filled version of me, my teenage version of me. I'm kind of glad I'm not that kind of guy anymore, but there you go. Whoa. Anyway, that's enough said. I better shut up before I say something bad. But thank you to my friends, Dennis and Jamie out there. Up there in Ohio, had them looks over of a Bigfoot Dogman. Sounds like Dogman. Encounter up there in Ohio yesterday evening, right before sundown. What are you saying, Priya? Wouldn't mind sharing the link of the... Oh, okay. The GoFundMe is right here. If you... the GoFundMe is plastered at the top of the page, but I'll go ahead and hit that GoFundMe one more time if you want to. And it's in the description of the channel. Or not the channel. Shoot. The description of this show and last show, and up until the GoFundMe is over with, I'll always post it. So there you go. There's the GoFundMe. If you would, please, if you have the means and feel kind of like you need to help, please help Shell's Save Her Home Fund. Uh-oh. I probably need to read that before I start pasting. I apologize. Too long. Well, that's amazing how we learn stuff. That's for sure. I've had some hard relationship. How would you say that? Lessons. Yeah, there you go. Had some hard lessons. And I'll be darned. Every time I get to a certain age, I say, I'm too old for that. I've done learned all my lessons, and by golly, I quit saying that. I'm too old for that. By golly, I'm not too old to learn anything. I quit saying that because the lessons come a creeping up on you and slap you in the back of the head. Say, hey, you need to learn real quick. So, There you are. All right. Well, Lorna, if you want to call me afterwards or call me the next show or whatever you want to do, or email me, however you want to get around it. Stacy got married to her high school crush, and she's been at it for 32 years. Wow. That is something to say. That is a special, nowadays, special story right there. But, there's Lorna. Okay, folks. Well, seeing that that's about it, I'm going to go ahead and end it for tonight. God bless y'all. And congratulations for 32 years of steady high school crushing, marrying bliss. It is romantic for sure. But thank y'all. Don't forget, yeah, you can call me, Lorna. Absolutely, you can call. Call. Let me type that in real quick. I'll stop the show right now for you to call. Yeah, call now. Call now. I know I'm about 30 seconds behind, so hopefully I can grab you before you exit stage left. But call right now if you want to. 931-994-6917. I'll hold until you get there. All right, I'll give another 5 minutes and I'll keep rambling on. 32 years. That's like with my grandparents. They were high school sweeties. High school sweeties, my grandparents. God rest both their souls. And I can't say I do it every day, but every other day I think about both my sets of grandparents. Now, my grandmother, she always had this thing is she would throw something toward the garbage and it didn't hit the garbage and the fallen floor, and she'll say, well, I'll get to that and pick that up when I get around to it. And I'll do the same thing. I'll run around and throw something and then miss the garbage and say, okay, Granny, I'll pick that up when I get around to it. And it kind of reminds me of that. So. Well, Hannah, I will definitely, I'll pray with you right now. If you need somebody to pray with you right now, call into the show. I will pray with you. I ain't shy about that stuff. If you feel like I am worthy of praying with you, I'll pray with you right this very dad burn second. Without a doubt. I would have shied away from that a long time ago. The only thing I shy away from is singing. But if I got a crazy hair about me going on, I'll probably sing until somebody tells me to shut up. But generally I don't want to sing. But every once in a while I'll sing. All right, Lorna, I'm waiting for you to call, honey. That reminds me. I just said honey. One of the things that when I was brand new snot-nosed department head, I called everybody honey just because I grew up. Honey this, honey that, honey. And I called the wrong person honey. And I got a call from one of the VPs I report. I was a direct report to this particular VP, but at that time, I got a call and said, hey, one of your employees call or sent an email saying that you called her honey and she felt whatever. And I was like, well, I didn't mean anything. I think I called, the VP was a lady, and I called her honey, and I probably called her honey I couldn't tell you how many times. You owe me a happy birthday song. I'll remind you this. Okay. I'll happy birthday you up there, awesome Aussie Sue. Definitely. Oh, happy birthday you up one side and down the other. Did that come out right? What the heck? My mouth kind of jumps before the horse before the wagon before the horse. So. We all waiting on you. But, yeah, I'm waiting on you. But, you know, if she doesn't call in, that's fine. That ain't nothing that, at least I gave it the old college try. And I'm already sitting there telling you all kinds of crazy crap about myself. So, I'm here. Call in. 931-994-6917. Let's see. 931. Let me write that down. 931-994-6917. Jump right into that if you want to call into that number or grab a dish of here link. Well, no, I got the wrong link here. Sun gun. Where is it? Grab this link and pop in here. Right here, right now. Either way. Gee whiz. Let me get a drink of water real quick. Bueller. Fry. Bueller. Why is that connected to that? Too late now to figure that out. That's the last one. Anyone? Bueller? Yes, ma'am, Lorna. You call in right now, right here, right now. Calling all Lornas. If your name's Lorna, you are being paged to this number. 931-994-6917. Lorna. Hello. This thing on? Oh, yes, Arlene, today is Sue's birthday. Just to let you know, it is her 12th birthday. Oh, here we go. We got somebody calling in right now. Hello, is this Lorna?
Hi, this is Lorna.
Well, hello. So what is it, I am graced with your presence. What can I do for you?
Is this Shawn?
This is Shawn.
Hi, I'm watching you on the screen, but I don't see you. I'm calling you about the photo from Chris Miller.
Oh, okay. All right. Great.
And I'm calling from Canada, so I was thinking about it because our mail system is crappy. Things get lost in the mail going across the border all the time. And you have done so much for everybody else. I want to give that picture to you.
To me?
Yes, to you.
Chris has already offered me a whole lot of stuff. I actually need to talk to Chris, actually. But I appreciate you, gifting that to me. God bless you.
Yeah. Well, just put another one in your collection then.
Well, he didn't offer me artwork, but he has offered me other things, and we've had private conversations about some other stuff. But I need to talk to him about some stuff anyway. But I appreciate you doing that, and God bless you for being such a generous soul, Lorna. I appreciate you.
Oh, no problem. I had a hard time. They wouldn't accept my PayPal, but I had to. I figured out. Well, I just put my credit card information down, and it was the same card for my PayPal, and it went through. So I guess they just wanted more information because I'm not in the U.S. I'm from Canada, so I thought maybe that had to do with it, right?
Oh, all those international freaking rules is crazy.
No kidding. But anyways, I'll let you go. Great talking to you, and I just want to give it to you anyways. Well,
so, I appreciate that.
And tell Chris Miller, thank you very much.
Chris is probably listening. He was just a minute ago, and I'll let him know about that. I appreciate you. God bless you so much.
You bet. Okay, we'll talk to you again.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
All right, there you go, Lorna. We were buelling her out. Yeah, it is definitely awesome Aussie Sue's 12th birthday, just to let you know. And if you don't believe me, ask her. Oh, my Lord. Yes, thank you so much for that donation. Thank you for all the donations to Save Shell's Home GoFundMe. And I appreciate it. I really do. You know, it was one of those things that God woke me up Saturday morning saying, you need to help your friend out. And I was like, all righty. Might as well. And everything kind of lined up, one right after another. I'd never done a GoFundMe. I don't think I've even touched. Well, I've touched. I can't say I haven't touched. I have touched GoFundMe links that lead me to other, but I've never, ever done anything like it. Maybe I can talk to Shawn and Chris into raffling or something. Well, maybe. You know, why not? We'll see what we can do with that. Definitely. We'll do something like that. But I'll get with Chris and Shell, and we'll see about that. Doing something like that. But as of right now, for the GoFundMe, Save Shell's Home GoFundMe, if you donate $100 plus, Chris has said that he will give the $100 plus donors an original piece of artwork from him. So there you go. But it amazes me. God bless everybody, and it just kind of shows me that the will of God is in there. The will of God is in everyone that listens here. Now, before you give me any kind of hate mail, I can't change my value system on that or knowledge of that. But there you go. And I'm not trying to ball bust anybody. But anyway, that's about it. I better shut up before I get myself in trouble. At least I didn't say ivermectin in any kind of interesting light. I said that freaking word. Heck, why not? And Miss Shell says, I really appreciate the crap out of you, Shawn, and also everyone who has contributed kind words of support. And of course, Doe, much love to y'all, and a bunch of emoji heart faces and smoochy faces and all that stuff. I don't know which ever ones that those names go to, but there you go. But that's it. Yeah, God is in everybody. Oh, wait a minute, we got a caller. Hello.
Hi, Shawn.
Hi.
It was because when I walked by the typewriting class,
are you on the show right now?
Yes, I am on the show right now.
Okay, because I'm listening to you on the show, and you keep saying you're waiting for me to call you.
Yeah, everybody was telling me, hey, Lorna, call in. And I kept saying, okay, Lorna, I'm waiting for you to call. But you called in already. So.
Yeah, I did. But, okay. So, but I'm still listening to you.
Yeah, so it sounds like you're about, sounds like 10, 15 minutes behind.
Oh, okay. Well, I kind of turned you off. I did talk to you, right?
Yes, you did. Absolutely. You talked to me live on the show. So if you keep listening, you'll hear your voice on the show here in a minute.
Yeah, okay.
Twice.
Because okay, well, I just wanted to make sure.
All right, we're good. And yeah, that's the fun of doing this digital stuff. So I appreciate you.
Yeah,
God bless you. God bless you. And
yeah.
I'm sure Shell's already said thank you many, many times. So. Okay.
Okay, I'll probably see you in another round tonight.
All righty then. So thank you.
Okay.
God bless you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Yep, same to you. Bye.
Interesting. Okay, the lines are closed. I'm going to go ahead and let me quit that real quick. So that's, I'm not accepting any more calls, but you still can call me after the fact. I just closed it out for the ending of the show. But God bless each and every one of you. And say happy birthday to Awesome Aussie Sue and her 12th birthday. Just to let you know. Her Aussie Awesome Sue is 12. If you don't believe me, ask her yourself. So, and if you don't believe I'm lying and you're dying, I'm dying. So, close down, Shawn. Absolutely. So, I think. Well, anyway. I hope and pray everybody has a good night. I hope and pray that the Lord blesses you in ways that you deserve and need. Without a doubt. And I'll get with Shell and Chris and we'll come up with something to further God's edict to me to help Shell out. So, yeah, Lorna. If you're still on the show at the end of this, we were just busting your chops to get you to call in, and we got you call in, and thank you so much for everything, including this laugh. But God bless y'all, and I think I'm about ready to go get the heck out of here. Well, no, I don't want to do that quite yet, buddy. What the heck? Oh, here it is. That's the one I wanted to get to go on, and... Where is it? Nope, I've already done that one. There we go. And we're going to share this out right here, right now. All right, folks. I'm out here.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gone live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad. I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad. Do it no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad.
Yeah.
Baby, I'm bad.
I just wanna stay bad, stay mad, chip on my shoulder cause they treat me like an outcast. I ain't gonna take that, stay back, I'll be swinging hard till the hits come in all caps. I ain't gonna lay back, pray that someone's gonna help me, ain't nobody like that. I ain't gonna wait, that's all fact, give me one shot and I'll never get the throne back. I'm sick of being cautious, I'ma go cause something, can't stop this. I'ma steal everybody's lane, call it shoplift. Sick of hearing everyone complain when they thoughtless. Taste the pain, it's like candy canes. It makes me go change into a better frame, into a better name. Society's insane, we all live for fame, yeah. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad. I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gon' live it up. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad. I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, I'll live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, do it no cap. Only God wants you, better go live it up. Cash in the bag, stadium packed. Baby, I'm bad, baby, I'm bad.
I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad.
You're chasing the truth with my man, Shawn G.